G Money.
Yo.
What's up, man? We back.
We back at it. What's going on?
I'm all right, man. Tired. You know what I'm saying?
You working hard? I see the post, man. You in the crib putting the work in.
Yeah. I worked out today. Yeah. Like, I'm down like 12 pounds, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I was like 270 something. Now I'm like 261.
So you work out every day or certain days of the week?
Last week I didn't really work out last week, but this week I had to get back on it. My birthday week, man. Our birthday week.
Facts.
Yeah, for me.
Shout out to all the Leos, you know what I'm saying?
Birthday is Wednesday. What day is your birthday?
Thursday,
right after mine.
How our birthdays so close be so different? I don't understand.
Well, you know, that's life, man. Life, you know what I mean? I really don't know.
It's like night and day for real. Like I don't get it, man. It's crazy.
Where you get that hat from?
You know.
Hey, don't come in here with no sponsor stuff and stuff like that, please.
No sponsors today. No sponsors.
You ain't breaking no bread. You haven't broke no bread with me with sponsors. You tell them that?
I did.
Yeah, of course. I knew you gonna do that. You didn't break no bread with nobody. Typical Queen shit. You don't break no bread, man. Tell them.
I don't break no bread.
Not with sponsors. You break bread other ways. Like you give me bread, but not with sponsors. Your sponsors.
I'll be trying. They you know.
I mean, what?
Shout out to Maestros though. You got the Maestro show.
Oh yeah. Shout out to Maestros.
Can't forget Maestros.
I mean, you know, shout out to Maestros. Let's keep it
like that.
With them.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Shout out to Maestros.
Shout out to Ghosts.
Yeah, shout out to Ghosts, man. But everything is all right with you?
Everything good, man. Excited about the birthday week this week. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to figure out these plans. You know, what we doing? What's up, man?
I mean, you said that there was some plans on. You know, you got some plans, and you know, I may be rocking with you, man. You know, my birthday day on Wednesday. I think I'm gonna just be in the crib and just sort of put things together.
Of course.
A lot has happened this year. 2020 has been a crazy year.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, I really don't want to go outside because anytime I go outside, I get in trouble anyway. But I calmed that down, actually.
You have.
You know what I mean? Anytime I go outside, I get in trouble based off of what they see on the internet, man. They be so hyped, man. I just be quiet. I be tired. I don't be have no time for no hypeness, man. Like, but that's what I brought on to myself. So hey,
facts.
What you gonna do on your birthday?
Probably the same thing, bro. Just chill.
With Dawson?
Yeah. My man, shout out to Dawson.
Yeah, shout out. You know my wife's birthday was yesterday. Linky's birthday was yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah, shout out to her,
Shout
man.
out to
You know what I mean? And 3 days apart, man. Three days, 3 years apart. I mean, shout out to her, man. And
Leo season.
Yeah. I'm excited, though. I'm excited about this next joint. I'm going to turn up in like 4 seconds.
Like 4 seconds?
He came in here with something lit. It wasn't lit, but he came in here
It wasn't
with
lit, but it was lit.
Yeah, like he tried to show me something. He tried to indirect. That's what Philly do. He tried to indirectly get. He a battle rapper. I read through all, but he's a rapper, period. I ain't gonna
Right, yeah, facts,
but
facts.
he's very good at battling. And I know subliminals, and I felt he took a shot at me, so now I'm getting at him.
You know how I feel about when we have guests up here from Harlem or Philly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It
It always gets crazy.
He get hyped. Go get it.
Always, you know what I'm saying?
Now. He wait over. He get hyped. He turns up.
Any guest we get from Harlem or Philly is always a different kind of show, man. So
course.
I'm definitely excited as well, man.
Nah, don't be excited. Don't be excited. You be hyping them.
I be hyping them, right?
You be hyping. Don't hype.
I like
hype
their
this
swag,
guy.
man. You know what I'm saying? The Philly, the way they talk and all that, they got, you know, it's different, man. You don't think so?
You gotta start being on my side, bro.
Different.
G Money.
Yo.
Different.
Episode. Whoa. We ain't introduced you yet, man. You can't be coming here talking. You came in here with it lit, not lit, and you talking. Let us introduce you. G Money.
Yo.
Episode 162.
We made it.
We got a special guest.
OG.
Huh? Oh my God. Round of applause one more time for my man E Ness in the building. What's up, Philly in the building?
Yeah.
What's up, man? How you doing?
5-4 Villian T. We here, man.
Okay. Introduce your
5-4.
comrade next to you, please.
This is my guy Chuck Lawless, my business partner.
Hello, salute.
You know what I'm saying? 5-4 Villian T. Twine.
Shout out to
International Twine right here.
Facts.
Party promoter, event planner.
Get your weight up.
Okay.
Get your weight up, Twine. Marketing strategist.
He's
social
shining
media.
too, baby. He's shining
Yeah,
though.
it's
Hold
my
on.
guy.
Let me get a
We
couple
wanted
of
to get
these.
the whole conglomerate on, but it ain't enough.
Yeah, there ain't enough room. We gonna look
Ain't enough
crazy.
room, but
And I don't
he-
want to
he
get
was lit.
blamed by, because you know Philly people, what they do is that when they watching, and if you guys don't get treated right, they tend to blame me. They ain't gonna blame you that you wanted to fit 3 people on the couch. They gonna blame me for allowing you to do it. Yo, Philly, Flip, you ain't showing us love, so I don't want that. So let's keep it 2.
Flip, man. Philly is always going to be Philly. And guess what that is? Guess what that is?
You tell me.
Unhinged.
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 Yeah, something's wrong with y'all. Y'all crazy. Y'all walked out. Philly crazy. I love Philly though. I love Philly. You know, I have a lot of friends in Philly, but Philly is crazy, man.
It's different, man.
No gangs. No gangs.
I think Chicago got us beat on the craziness, but
Philly crazy in its own right, though.
It is, but, you know, we don't go on the internet and say we smoking whoever got killed last night and all that.
Okay.
It's more savage with Chi-Town. And everybody know my love for Chi-Town.
Facts.
So that's like my third home outside of Atlanta. Philly, Atlanta, then Chi. Well, New York by default because we shot the show here. We walked the whole fucking city in front of everybody. So,
don't rush and talk about stuff that we ain't talking about yet. You know what I'm saying? Don't talk about stuff we ain't talking about yet. Let's get into it, man. Welcome to the show.
Yes, sir.
I mean,
Flip the script. Salute Queenzflip, DJ G Money. I'm here.
Sure.
Flip the script. 54 Villian T. What's up?
What episode you saw that you like on Flip the Script?
I ain't even really start tapping in, to be honest, into your podcast, but I liked your earlier work when you was running down on P&B rocking and drink. You ran down on Mike P in the store. The battle side.
Oh, you
that
like
was
that?
more my wave.
So then how did you know I had a podcast?
The Rumble with E-Bro and all that.
Let's move on. How do you know I had a podcast then?
Huh?
Because you was pressing me about the podcast. How you know I had a... You didn't see none of the podcasts at all?
Nah, I have correspondents and people that do research and, you know what I mean? Flip, let's not forget, when you was with Smack.
Oh, we in the corner earlier today. We in the corner earlier today.
Listen.
We in the corner
You
earlier.
hit me. You my man. So I'm thinking you not in tune. You just hit me above the love. Like,
No, I
you gotta be
hit
in
you.
tune. That's not the Ness I know.
No, listen. When I told you, because he didn't know who you was, did I show exactly what he stood for?
He ran it down.
I don't need to see your podcast. I know you.
Look, it was
I know you.
weight too.
I love him.
It was
I love him.
I know you. Me, you, and Smack and Cassidy. When Smack initially went to book Cassidy for the 3 battles that they just booked him for in the past, I was there that night. Was I not?
That's a fact.
Did we have a conversation?
That's a fact.
Did me and Smack have a conversation?
That's a fact.
It was good. So that's the way we're gonna keep it.
Say no more.
We're gonna keep it like that. So I don't need to see a podcast.
But you're okay. All right.
I don't need to see a podcast. I already know your personality. And I
You
know
got love for Flip.
that's it.
Say no more.
So whatever Flip's doing, I'm going to support it.
Appreciate that.
That's love.
But I know how you feel. Dang, you ain't even look at it. You probably don't know my biggest freestyles or what I'm doing now currently or the mixtape I got out.
No.
Let's reverse the energy.
Don't reverse the energy. That was good.
But you with Ness, right, G? What did he say? I know I with Ness. So whatever Ness.
He was ready. No.
He was ready. How you gonna?
That's a CD, bro. Oh man, let's talk about that.
This is how real we are. We know we in the climbing the downloads and streams. I actually went. Me and Twine, Chuck, we actually took the time to press up the physical copies for all the hardcore hip hop fans that like to ride with. One for the car, one for the crib, and one for the plastic because it's a classic.
Turn it around because upside down.
Okay, my bad.
What does it say?
It's Let Me Borrow This Beat. Hosted by DJ Alamo, Coalition DJs. I got Crack on there. I got Sun One on there. PD Crack from State Property, that Crack. So yeah, I got a couple Philly guys on there, and I'm just mashing. And it's like a kind of jacking this beat type of atmosphere theme. I'm going heavy on the gram, just with my Let Me Borrow This Beat, taking classic beats. I got requests from all types of fans. Doctors from Florida done paid me $1,000 to rap over their beat of their choice. So it's grew an audience of its own, and we packaged it up and we put it out.
I like that, man.
Yeah.
Leave one here for us. Please.
That's dope. I haven't seen a
I know.
long time.
$20 a pop though.
Ooh, let's talk about that. Hold on.
G, don't hype
Hold
that.
on.
Not for the Flip the Script show, but
Hold on.
these joints going for $20 a
don't
pop.
hype that.
But
That's
listen,
what
it's not for 20. It's for the content, but it's for the nostalgia. To actually have the whole CD with the insert.
Right.
That whole way.
Yo, if you don't get out of here with your ill talk, hey, look at that.
I'm just
Listen,
saying.
Flip, you gotta
can
know.
see
I
it
came
already.
up under Puff. I had media training, so all this shit, I know how to rebuttal, throw it back to you when you want to get negative. Ask me the hard questions. I know to bounce it back, swing it over to G. Like you dealing with somebody that's been in the game since 2002 right here. You ain't been with no do-jack. I don't have mental issues. I don't take pills and shit for mental health and all that. I got all my marbles. I'm still got my sanity. I know where I'm at in life. It's 5-4 Villian T. Twine, this is what we doing. I'm not working around with my head now like I'm a felt rapper. I'm still alive. As long as God give me the breathe breath in my lungs to get up every day and do this, then I'm still lit. Respect. I'm still lit.
Just know, prepare yourself. Prepare yourself. That's what he's not hearing it on his end. The sound effects he's texting us. Yeah, prepare yourself.
Let me borrow this beat though. It's available download on all streams though.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, do your media training. All that's cool. You see, I would wait. I'm also media trained. I'm a media.
Nah, but I know you're more rougher. So let me get that out before you get in your bullshit. I already know.
Yeah. I stay quiet, let you finish, but I'm still gonna stay. Still gonna stay to my topic. I'm on
that I didn't watch the podcast.
That you didn't watch the podcast.
How did you know I didn't watch the podcast?
Because you just said it earlier. It was a trick question. You said it. I got you. All right, let's move on. He's trying to think.
Yo, so you know,
That's just bugged out.
I'm telling you, Philly is here is different. So
Yes.
you know, we did our research on you. You know what I'm saying? Looked online, YouTube and Google and everything. Did our Googles, and you know, I noticed that a lot of battle rappers online. A lot of Making the Band is online.
Right.
I didn't see a lot of, E Ness before that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And a lot of the fans make fun of me because I ask the same question all the time, but the people want to hear the story. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
The childhood, the growing up. So
right.
Let's go back to Philly. Let's go back to before the band, before the battle rap. Let's go back to the early E Ness.
Philly is a competitive state, and I grew up in like a lot of parts of Philly, North Philly, Southwest, where I found sanction in Southwest at an early age. This was in '87. I was born in '77, so I moved to Southwest at 10 years old, which is the projects that like kind of harnessed my skill and my style and just my swag and all that. So first part of life up until then was North Philly, 17th Edgerly, that whole thing. Diamond Street Projects. You got Diamond Street King. He signed Dream Chasers. He's like an extension of that side of that neighborhood. But when I moved to Southwest, that's where I got my swag, projects, that whole type of life. And then I found a big brother in Black Key. Black Key is a producer. It was also actually from my neighborhood, my project complex. And he was doing a lot of business outside of Philly. As far as musically, he was a well-known producer. Then he scored his biggest placement, which was the DMX "We Right Here" song. And once he did that, that went platinum. So he was already edged his stone as in a platinum making producer. So off of that steam, we did this little deal with Ed Woods. Ed Woods ended up to be the Nick Cannon's lawyer. Remember, Ed Woods had the whole TV show with him, Peter Guns, Corey Guns, Ed Woods, Nick Cannon. So that was my lawyer early on, but we was shopping it, but nobody was paying attention to the music. They was all trying to get Black Key for his beats. So then me and Black Key signed a production deal, and we thought that, it would be right it would go down like this as far as the chain of command, because he was the most sought out producer at that time, and he was having mainstream success. It would all look right if I was under his production label. So I was never signed to Bad Boy directly. That's not been noticed to general public. I was always signed through a production deal. So I was never signed directly to MTV or Bad Boy. I always came in as a boss. And this is what I'm doing now with the 5-4 Villian T thing. So just to bring up the speed, I was doing my thing in Philly with the mixtapes. Going to Kinko's, pressing my own copies up, recording the music, writing down the track listing with a Sharpie on it, getting my shit off for $10. We went up to Apollo. I had joined a group with Black Key and his older brothers. So we became a group. I harnessed my skills through there. Then due to my grade slipping, my mom thought it was best for me to get kicked out the group. So then Black Key took an interest in me and harnessed my skills, my solo career. And that's how the production thing came. And then we just kept on that wheel until we got something. We got a hit. But prior to that, I was dealing with Beat Club, Timbaland, his imprint. He signed Miss Jade. And them same people was ran it by Roscoe Pico Chain, was signed a Star Trek imprint. He had Most Wanted over there. He was all Philly artists. So you got to understand, in '99, I had caught a drug case. So I was in jail that whole year where Philly was hot. Beans, The Roots, Eve, Most Wanted, Major Figures. Like, the industry came and just grabbed everybody that was, like, Philly was the hot spot at that time, 99, 2000 for rap. And I just missed that thing. So when I got out making a band, me and Black Key was still on that wheel. We had meetings with B Club, Timbaland. He wanted to, do something with me, but I was in the line. He had Miss Jade, he had Sebastian, he had Magoo. So he had a whole thing over there, so I had to wait. Then we was talking to DMX. He had Iceberg, a young Iceberg at the young age. If you look at the video with Do You on there, Iceberg, a young Iceberg, the hitmaker, what we call hitmaker now, Iceberg was signed to Bloodline Records. I was having talks with signing the Bloodline at that time too. But, like a Willy Wonka out of a movie, I get the Willy Wonka ticket to be a part of, the band. So I try out. And then the rest is history. But I was on the Philly grind with the mixtapes. I had my homies from the projects. We had the YHM mixtapes. We was getting them off $10 a pop. So I had the entrepreneurship from back then. But I always said to myself, all I needed was the light shine on me to go, you know, mainstream, was to go countrywide, so everybody would know my name. Mm-hmm. But you know, you gotta be specific what you ask God for, because that time I said I just want to be known. I just want people to know who I am. I rap, my face. I didn't say I want to be rich and I want to be well off and I want to start a business. You got to ask God specifically for these things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And I appreciate you, you know, as being.
That was just the speed, John.
I don't like speed. Let's slow it back.
Okay, slow it back.
So let's talk about your childhood, your parents, your siblings, how you grew up. That's how we started.
Oh, y'all getting deep like that?
Yeah, we get deep like that. You just did the whole thing, and I allowed you. I watched you, and in my mind, I wrote down, I'm gonna get him. I mean, so you try to do the speed quick. All right, Speed Racer. Let's tell us about your childhood, your mom, your dad. That's how we do on Flip the Script. That's what I want to know.
I come from a big family on both sides. My mother and my father. My mother's actually 10 years older than my father, so she was a cougar. Okay, all right. So we're gonna start there. I was born in '77, the year of the God. 2 sevens, God. That's God's year. So I'll be 43 this year. Still look good. Still, you know, handsome, good, thanks. So, because, you know, my father, he comes from, you know, Philadelphia is a blue collar city, is a commonwealth. So, you know, my father went to the service at an early age. So he, you know, when he came on from the Navy, he had a job with the city, National Park Service. So would you watch Trading Places and the Liberty Bell? His company takes care of that ground, that sacred ground, Independence Hall, where they signed the Declaration. When he came straight from the Navy with that job. My mom was already a registered nurse, so they had career. They was career orientated, both of those guys, but they had, you know, a struggle past with alcoholism and drug abuse. My mother, the drug abuse, and my dad with the alcoholism. My dad is dark skinned, so, you know, dark skinned guys wasn't really the particular thing back in those eras. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't good looking, but he was a hard worker and he had his shit together. And my mom being older, she was looking for some more stability, so she got with fresh out the fucking Navy with a fucking good paying job, like my dad. Like I said, he wasn't the best looking, but he had stability, and that's what all females from back that era was looking for: stability and security. So she rode with that, even though she had her own bag, because she was a registered nurse. So they came together, you know, bang. I already had an older sister from a previous situation that my mother had. So, you know, I was the second child. My sister is 9 years older than me. So she was the first, I was the second, then I had a little brother. He currently stays in New York. So it's three of us. And then we came up in a dysfunctional joint, but my mother and father are still married to this day. They married 7 years after I was born, 84. They've never been divorced. They're still married to this day. They separated, but they're not divorced.
When you say,
so I'm not a bastard child. I'm a guy.
I didn't accuse you of being one.
I'm a king.
But when you use the word dysfunctional, what does that pertain to?
I mean, it really don't have to do nothing with financially. It's just dysfunctional. The alcoholism, you know, the just being up late, and my mom and my dad arguing, for my dad being infidel and not coming in when he's supposed to. Those things some of these things that I deal with in my adulthood now. So like some of those things be hereditary, and you try not to go down those paths. But some things just take harder to shake, and that's where we have therapy and those things. But when I say dysfunctional, I don't mean coming from an economical standpoint. I'm just coming from, you know, my dad, you know, he going in this binge and he not being around. He not chastising me. I'm raising basically in a family all about all women. So I got those kind of women tendencies. So he's trying to break me out of that because he's been to the Navy and you got to be a man. So I dealt with all that. Insecurity issues, not having the traditional good looks, going through school, not having the clothes. But my mother and father always prided themselves on education. So they pushed me all the way through. So I actually went to a good school in Philadelphia, which was Central High School, same high school that Bill Cosby and Cassidy went to. That's why we all good with the words, because we listen in English class and reading. That's why we all know how to read and write very well. Me, Cassidy, I ain't gonna say Bill, he's in another realm, but you get what I'm saying. So you had to take a test to get into that school. But one of my uncles he was already invested a career in education. His name Ricardo Curry. So at this time he was already moving up in the education system, scholastic system in Philadelphia. So by the time I got to Bartram, which was I got kicked out of Central for being short a couple credits. I started acting up during my later years, my senior year and my junior year. I was kind of acting a little crazy. But I was acting out because Pop wasn't there. They was separated. That whole neighborhood that we all go through, we got to find ourselves. But then, the group was my kind of like, the Bum Rush, the group that I joined with Black Key was kind of like my brotherhood. And that's why I found to be accepted and, my talent spoke for myself. And that's when my stars shine brightest at. So then I took an early liking to that. And at 14 is where I first craft my own rap, because up to that point I had been singing everybody raps off the radio. Well, I know this rap. But at the age of 14, I really came home from school and I set down my first rap. I don't know it, so don't ask me it. But that's when I thought, I'm really going to do this with my life. I'm going to write music. I'm going to be a writer. And that's what we all are. Some is from the streets, some backpack rappers, but we are all writers. And that's what we get paid to do. When the check gets cut, it's get cut because we are writers.
Right. Who were you playing back then at 12, 13,
The
14?
usual Big Daddy Kane, LL Cool J, Rakim, Bell Biv DeVoe was a hot commodity. I was also big in R&B. Like unbeknownst to a lot of people, I wrote a lot of R&B material on a band album. Sarah wasn't a good writer. Not saying she couldn't write, but she wasn't that much of a good writer to write urban music, the look that Puffy was going for. So a lot of the musicality things that concerning Sarah, with her singing and doing R&B, me and Babs pinned those lyrics for her to make it sound, had a swag and, something happens when she, Sarah comes from Port Huron, is a suburbia of Detroit. It's not Detroit where they shot, 8 Mile and Eminem, all them. Even though she was in the movie. If anybody looks at 8 Mile, Sarah's in the movie. At the last part of the movie, before Papa Doc forfeits the mic, Sarah is to the right of Eminem from the band. She's in 8 Mile.
Wow. Okay.
So we have a mainstream, like our impact. We didn't sell a lot. We topped at 533,000 units worldwide, but our impact is still spoken of today, where I told Puff I ain't walking for no cheesecake. I told this, I ain't walking for, even Kanye. People don't know this about me. Me and Kanye, we had a real good relationship up until the band. I had invited Kanye to come to the band house when we was living in the Village on 7th and Charles Street. I had knew him from a mutual friend, Plain Pat, Ferris Bueller. They was two ARs that worked at Def Jam currently. They was a good friend of Kanye. Me and Kanye met, we hit it off. I told Kanye to come to the Making the Band house to submit beats for our album. At that time, Mr. Bentley was our den mother at that time. He kicked Kanye out and told him we couldn't have no visitors. And then Mr. Bentley ends up signing the Good Music 2 years later. So you see how that whole like the band is always in that line in Kanye's song, Through the Wire, story on MTV, but I ain't trying to make it. But that is from that experience. We got turned away coming to the Making the Band crib.
How you feel about Kanye now, though?
I mean, Kanye is Kanye. I remember like trying to introduce people to Kanye. Yo, this is Kanye. He lit. He got the beats. They like, all right, Ness, cool. What's up with Just Blaze? I mean, it was to that point.
Right.
People got to know. We came out in 2003. Through the Wire came out in 2004, February 10th of 2004. Our album came out September 30th of 2003. So you got to understand, me, G-Unit, 50 Cent, and Kanye, we was all on the same promotional runs. So if we would come into Atlanta, come into the studio going to 107.9, 50 is coming to going, or Kanye is coming to going. So we coming in, meeting 50, coming out, or we coming out, meeting Kanye and 50 coming in. So that's like my graduating class. Freeway, Kanye, 50 Cent, and Freeway, Kanye, and 50 Cent in the band. We all came out like around the same time. So we would see them all the time on our promotional runs doing radio.
So let me ask you a question. So do you feel like, to backtrack a little bit, because a lot of kids in their home, when their father is not attentive, they tend to run the streets. Do you feel that was your issue?
That was my issue.
Because your father wasn't, because you said that he'd go on his binge, so that means that he probably would be away for a while and stuff like that, and he probably wasn't attentive.
I wasn't one of those kids though that like my pop ain't doing. I was born 9 years after my sister, so I was a loner from the rip. I never had nobody up here. And she was my older sister, and she gave me a lot of my swag because she was like my first real exposure to hip hop, doing the graffiti, wearing the gear, the shell tops with the New York laces and all that, the swag, the bamboo earrings. That was my sister at an early age. So I got my swag from my older sister. But then where she took off in graffiti, I took off with the rap and the breaking and that aspect of it. my focus was there. But like I said, I wasn't dysfunctional because I always was a smart kid. I wouldn't say it was more financial, me fitting in. Like I said, me not having the traditional good looks, the curly hair, the fair skin. I try to have that was my way to shine, the rapping. So I lashed out doing street to buy my the clothes to be accepted.
Got it. Understood.
So it wasn't like my dad, my mom, they ain't paying me no attention, so I'm going out here act up. Nah, I need Polo, Guess, and Timberlands like everybody else in school got. They not giving it to me. I'm out here with it.
How did you get in the street though?
Just like that. That's what turned me to the street. Not trying to keep up with the
I
Joneses,
heard everybody. That part, but you don't have to say names. But who put you on?
Nobody put me on. It's either you do or you don't.
You just woke up one day and bought a pack to sell it?
Nah, it's either you walk to the store. Yo, what are you doing? We're gonna you up every day. What's up with you? Are you with us or are you doing whatever? Because when you're doing whatever, we're gonna punish you.
Okay.
So what are you doing? You with us?
So that's how you got down.
Basically, it's almost like that type of thing. Even in gang neighborhoods. Yo, you live in a Crip neighborhood, but your school's in Blood neighborhood. So what are you gonna do if you're not trying to be a gang? They're not trying to hear that. So you gotta defend yourself. You gotta fight them off, bro. I'm trying to do this. Cool. I respect y'all. Y'all doing that. So that was kind of my thing. I got into it, got in trouble. Nah, that ain't really for me. It only took me one time to go to jail. 11 months and a half. I was done. I'm a writer. That's what I
how you got caught? What happened? What did you do?
I
don't know. I wasn't there.
Okay, well, we used to call a crack house. So I was working out of a crack house.
Okay.
Just like any guy my age around that time in 1997. Working out of coke crib. We had it popping. We had competition. So you know what that comes with. People calling the law, doing that, trying to get the competition out. A lot of street niggas, I ain't calling the law. But let that get busy, set up a shop around the corner from you. Be calling the law.
Instead of taking it to the streets, they call the law.
They call the law. So it was a popping crew not too far from us, heard about the numbers we was doing, and they sent the law also on us.
But
so my experience was the whole movie thing where they crashed through the joint with the rope and they had the riot gear and the SWAT and they caught me coming out the bag and they slammed me and they took me back in the crib and slammed telephone books on my head and questioned me and interrogated me. No real shit.
The mic back up. You're a little excited.
All right.
So my thing is, and I like that. I envisioned it.
Okay.
But stop. Where did you get your information that you guys were told on? How do you are you just saying that to say it, or you know for a fact that somebody snitched on us?
Like you come on, bro. You're from the street. Like it ain't.
No,
I'm not gonna sit here and draw this out for you. You already know. It
don't matter. I wasn't there though.
We are hustling. It's another crew that was already there in the neighborhood. We set up shop not too far from them. They know that we are backed by some serious dudes, so they can't come at us this way. So the only other way we could come at us is the other way.
But you ain't say y'all was backed by some serious
I know
dudes.
for a fact because we had shifts. I had a 12-hour shift. Mm-hmm. Somebody else had a 12-hour shift.
Okay.
And the way I got caught was being a nice guy, doing a double. So after I worked my 12 shift, my man said, I don't be outside. I got the graveyard. I don't be out the party. I can't bop. I can't spend the bread. Cool. I do a double. Go out. Spend your bread. Have your money. Have fun. The day I did the double is when the cops decided to raid.
And nobody sold no.
Nah, another nigga on the shift like, no, they around the corner like told. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I got other correspondents in the crack crib around the other corner. See, we all from our hood, from other hoods come get niggas from our hood to hustle inside of their spots. So that's what they was doing. So the other niggas at the other spots was my niggas, but they still competition because it's not us, it's the dealers that we're working for that's going to war. You see what I'm saying? So it's strategic and tell and shit like that.
Got you. And you got locked up and you copped out? You copped out?
Yeah, I copped out of the plea. It was my first offense. 11 had 23 in the county. I didn't take no state time. That's the only time I've been incarcerated for a length of time. A little under a year.
And you was, how old were you at that time? You said it was 97, right? How old were you?
I was 20.
20 years old.
And the band came in 2002.
So my thing is,
which was like 2 years later.
So you were incarcerated. You come home.
Right.
Now, before you got incarcerated, you was rapping.
Yeah.
Yes. You get incarcerated because somebody told you.
Why you laughing?
Because I'm gonna violate this guy, man. I love him, man. I'm gonna get at him.
For what? What you
Because
doing?
he get on my nerves, man. Now he my man. So
You got to know what I'm talking about, though,
I
when
get
I say
everything
told.
you're saying.
When
I
I
get
say I'm
everything you're
telling, man, it's not they actually went to the cops and said, yo, they're selling drugs around there.
I know
that
they set it up.
address.
I got you. I'm with you. I got everything. I just wanted you to say that you was backed by some serious people to make me understand that why they didn't take it to the streets first. Because Philly is known for taking it to the streets.
But you know why? You know they would have came in there guns
That's what I'm saying.
blazing.
That's what my.
I didn't have to tell you that. You're
But
from
I
the
wanted
street.
you to tell me that.
Why?
Because that's what I wanted to hear. I'm not gonna come up with hypothesis in my mind, even though I know it. When I went to Philly, I drove to Philly.
See, too much talking, it gets me have to answer questions after that. Man, you saying too much up there, bro. I hear you. I hear Flip. I know what y'all doing it for. This is what the talks I get when I leave
Respect to them. No disrespect to them, but respect to them.
That was good.
Bro, you saying too much. Am I right, Money?
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, you know.
To a certain extent.
But that's what you have to watch the show.
But you seasoned. You've been around the game for a while, so you know what the answer, not the answer.
The season shit. That's why you should have watched the show, because if you would have watched it, they would have told you, yo, when you go up there, Queenzflip has a tendency. You talk about skits and shit. I ain't playing. I'm gonna ask any question. It's up to you to answer it, and I know what you meant. I just want to know why niggas ain't turned up. Because when I went to Philly at a young age,
For your viewers, I was backed by some serious guys.
when I drove up to Philly at a young age, I drove in a neon. That little stupid little red shit. I remember I drove to Philly. I was about 17. I seen niggas run up in the spot and bust some out. I parked my gas station. I'll never forget it. And that's always my vision. Philly get crazy. What the hell are they doing? I watched that whole shit too like this. I was scared. I ain't gonna lie. Like, damn, what the niggas turn around and get me? You doing here? We know you not here.
Nah, it go down there, but it's just like, I go to other places. Like, yo, it go down here. You be like, all right.
So, moving forward, you come out. You come home. Now, when you come home, what's the next step from coming home? You come home, what's the next step?
Walking off my probation. Trying to walk the paper off.
Got it.
So that's basically my whole thing. But then 2 years later, I had 3 year probation to walk off. 2 years later to make it a band. So I spent my whole last year on a run on the show, to where I had to go to Puff like, yo, dig this. If y'all taking interest in me, I gotta go back to Philly. I gotta check back in. They looking for me. So where Puff wrote letterheads, yo, we really, this boy has potential to make what we doing. He has a potential to make the actual group to go all the way with our competition. It would be wise if you can let him, and it worked. Until where they like, stay the fuck up there. Philly jurisdiction was like, you with him? Stay the fuck up there. To where my probation officer now runs a floor in the probation because of, on paper it's like, this guy went from being a criminal to now he's on the TV. It's my tutelage. Yeah, promote me.
So now you're trying to say you got a probation officer promotion?
Nah, this is not. This is not. Nah, this is not. This is not. I'm not speculating. This is facts. I got in trouble in the last 2 years. Went up there, was on probation, and he had the gun on the floor, walking the floor. Like, yeah, I got a promotion after you. He told me this to my face. He used that to get a promotion. Are you cool with that for your viewers?
Sounds good. Sounds good. So now, but how did you hear about the band though? How did you hear about it? How did
Just
you?
one of my OGs, bro. You need to go down there. Puff holding the competition, man. Puff ain't got nobody. I'm like, Puff got G-Dub, he ain't got nobody. And I'm like, all right, well. And I went down. I actually auditioned twice. Actually 3 times. Once in Philly, the line was wrapped around the corner. I only got like 20 seconds to spit. They was like, next. And then I had befriended Jay Black, which was program director at 103.9, which is the sister company to Power 99 in Philly, which held the whole competition with MTV and Bad Boy. So that was like the parent. That was like the radio station that was, doing the marketing and strategy in that area market for the show. So, I had befriended him. He was like, give it another crack, man. They coming back around again. They doing auditions. Puff making a band again. And he did it again. And, a lot of people was discouraged. The line wasn't that long. Well, the first time I got 20 seconds. This time I got 1.5 minutes to spit. So they put me on the callback list to audition in Philly, 42nd Street. Got the call back. I was in Redden at the time, which is almost like 2 hours away from New York. At 11 o'clock, the callback was 2 o'clock in New York. I think I left Redden at 2 o'clock. the actual callback time. It took me another 2 hours to get there. I got there probably like 4 or 5. Walked past the line, knocked on the door. Little part of the staff, one of the people from the staff came to the door, told them my name, Lloyd Mathis. They was like, "Oh, you call back from Philly. You next." So I went straight from the street to in the line audition for Puff, late and all.
How do you prepare for audition like that? Like,
I didn't. I fell into a bunch of equipment right off stage. That was my first experience.
For real?
Yeah, look, it's online. You can see it. He said, "Say your name. Say where you from." Ness, Philly. Went into my whole rapper act thing. Miscalculated the space of the stage and fell into a drum set, a xylophones, a guitar, a mic stand, mic.
Nah.
I was so embarrassed, but I got up and used that anger to fuel my performance and my audition. And then I went back to the green room where we was all being held. Rain Man was there too. R.J. Payne. You know, he had his resurgence in the rap game of late. He was there. He was one of those people trying out for the band, as well as Shiz Lansky. He was part of the Cassidy crew, Larceny family. Him and Akbar and Cassidy was also a group. So these dudes that had records already, not Rain, but Shiz Lansky was already on the Rough Riders compilation already. He was trying out for making the band. So I didn't feel bad about being there because I'm like, you got records out on labels. What you doing here? He like, man, I'm trying to get it.
Smack DVD wasn't out at that time.
Nah, they didn't come out until after my battle with Jay Mills had aired on MTV. That's what spawned the whole battle. That's why I don't know, I get left out of a lot of conversations. It was me and Jay Mills. Then it was Mook and Jay Mills. Then it was Loaded Lux and Mook. Then it was Miles and I started the fucking family tree. Let's talk about it. What do you want to say? Because you wasn't there. I don't remember you on that timeline.
What timeline you talking about?
The whole Smack, me, Mook,
I was.
Jay Mills.
Are you out your mind?
You wasn't there.
I was. You probably didn't know me, but I was there. I was young there.
You wasn't there.
I was there when Mook battled.
Where
Jay
did he battle
Mills.
at? Right across from what? What store?
Don't matter. I was there.
You know what I'm saying? You
I
don't
was
know.
there. I was there. Hold on. I was there, and T-Rex battled on Casa there too, nigga. Who you talking to? I was there.
That was around the corner.
I was there.
On the basketball
I was
court.
there.
That wasn't in front of Jimmy Jazz when Murder Mook battled with Jay Mills.
Murder Mook.
We not on the same timeline.
Hold on. So
Not
get
on the same
so
timeline,
before you
Flip.
question me, get your timeline right. Cause I was there. I was there watching T-Rex and I was there. I saw Jay Mills and when they cause
You stuttering.
when Jay Mills and Mook battled, they shut it down. They had to shut it down. What was going on? I knew Smack. Smack had shot for Stack. What you talking about? I was around. Are you dumb? You talking to me? You talking? I was right there. I was a kid. Bino, Stack Bono. I remember being there. I remember them shutting it down, and then T-Rex and motherfucker on Casa went. What you talking about?
Mook battled Jay Mills on 125th, across the street from Jimmy Jazz. And Casa battled T-Rex on 145th, around the corner.
But why did they do that?
On the east, not on the west side. On the west side.
Why did they move the battle? Do you remember?
They shut it down from around
Exactly.
125th.
I was there.
You wasn't there. Flip.
You mad because you want to convince me that you started off a tree, which I got to do my research. I don't know. I don't believe it.
I just gave you that. I
still don't believe it. If talking that like to me, I still don't
I just
believe
gave it to you.
I don't believe it.
Well, Mook references me and Jay Mills battle and him and Jay Mills battle. You let it that walk for cheesecake. So yes, that battle was after me and Jay Mills battle. You didn't see Mook till after you see Ness and Mills.
So
And I'm Dot Mob. So what you got to say about that?
Dot Mob what now?
What do you mean? Yeah,
Well,
now.
no, all right,
For the past year, I've been Dot
Those
Mob.
are my family. Let's slow down, chill.
Okay.
Don't bring them up. Them my niggas. We not gonna go there because you trying
I'm not trying to use. I'm just trying to tell you what it is.
you trying to trick me into saying
Nah,
something about Dot
I'm just
Mob.
trying to tell you what it is. So before you say something goofy, that is my family.
First and foremost, slow down. Second of all, at the end of the day, you know your argument is being left out of the conversation. That's what the argument you just said.
Yeah.
I don't know, and that's a goofy argument.
It's not a goofy
Because you
argument.
left out because the impact was Jay Mills and Mook. That's why. That was the impact. You talking on that bullshit to me. That was the impact. All that shit before wasn't an impact, I guess.
It was an impact.
We saw it, but it wasn't an
I'm
impact.
gonna tell you why it was an
All right,
impact.
put your-
Because Mook and Jay Mills, they both live in Harlem. If any given time they wanted to battle before my battle, they could have did it.
Okay. That makes sense. Keep going.
So they waited till our battle, me and Mills battle, and Puffy was the ring leader, and we came up with the guidelines to the battle rap etiquette. The 3 rounds, the 5 rounds sudden death. If you stumble, you lose. If you don't give a flawless performance, that type of. We gave the guidelines to the battle. Where was it in front of? A pool table. Where did Fight Club did they battles? In front of a pool table. This is things that we started.
Talk spicy.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Talk spicy.
I allow you. I allow you rebuttal, guys.
Spicy.
You a good rebuttal. I allow that. I ain't gonna.
Nah. But shout out to those dudes. And
but I get it.
I just get left out of the talk, and damn, give me my flowers. Don't wait till I'm dead. Give me my flowers.
Why do you think you left out
Ness
though?
was around. Ness was around, huh?
Why do you think Ness was left out of the conversation though?
Because I'm not from New York. And there's always been this rivalry with New York, Philly, Chicago, and Detroit.
Does it
on everything? I'm not talking about rap, DJing, breaking, sound bombing, boxing, basketball, football. We have that rivalry. Chicago, Philly, New York, and Detroit.
Or could it be the fact that you can back the mic up a little bit? You just put it too close to your chest. Could it be the fact that when you did the band and stuff like that, and you was on the band, could it be the fact that you didn't take battle rap serious because you looked like you had a deal? So then all of a sudden, when by the conversation, it looked like when things start to go backwards, now you want to go back to that direction. But when you had the deal, you was in Puff. You wasn't claiming battle rap, were you?
Okay, I'm about to fry you.
I'm asking you. Tell me.
Fry you. 2008, I got my second deal with Bad Boy. Won a Music Atlanta group in 2006. I battled My Sign in 2008. I didn't lose my deal till 2009. I was still battling with a deal when I didn't have to.
Okay.
Mook and them was on the undercard. Rex and them was on the undercard. I was the top seed at that time. I battled the goon straight home from jail. Me. Not nobody else.
So you was
and
claiming
I didn't have to. I had a deal. I was working on music. But what you don't understand about this whole music against the battle rap world is they brainwash you. When you get to the music industry, when you start making records, in the business of making records, they tell you that battle stop right here, right at that door. Don't come in here with another punchline. We are in the business of selling records. So me by even doing the World Series of Hip Hop Battle in My Sign was me staying true to the culture. I don't give a fuck if I got a deal or not. They called on Philly, I'm here. I got a deal. What's up? If Ness can come up, I didn't care about Reed or Hattie or none of them. I said they called on Philly, Ness will be there. And I had a deal. I could have played Hollywood. Oh, I got the deal now. Puff told me that stops here. That's done. We're not doing that no more. But when they called on Philly and the Reeds and the Hatties and the NHs and them declined, who stepped up? A nigga with a deal. Why? I shouldn't have been there. I had so many soldiers ready to go up there and cut them niggas' heads off. And they didn't. And that's how I got back into the battle rap culture. I was out, all the way out. I only got back in when they called on my city and niggas started declining. And I couldn't make it look like that.
Say that.
So I was battling with a deal. 08, I was currently signed to Bad Boy Records. It's on YouTube.
It's right here. I see it. I saw it.
So don't say when it start willing down and start flickering out.
But when you was with the band, but you just said it. You just said
it wasn't flickering out. I was on my second deal.
You
that
just
was my
said
second check for Puff. I was up there from 02 to 09 with one album. Nobody does that on a major. Only Ness can do that.
I can't talk over. Tell me when you're done.
I'm done.
Like I said, when you was with the band, I ain't heard nothing about battle rap, and I watched you. Facts.
We created the lane. I just told you. Me
all right, but still, you ain't saying
pace.
Mook and them niggas was going in that direction. They was going in that direction, building the on the DVDs. While you was on TV, nigga.
Yeah, making records.
All right, that's what I'm saying. So that's why they looking at
every
like
battle
that.
rapper's dream. Let's not forget the battle rappers.
We didn't say that.
The battle rapper's goal was to beat everybody the competition. The battle rapper's goal in the neighborhood was to eliminate all competition.
Facts.
Don't listen to his rhymes. Mine. I have the heat. Give me the deal.
Facts.
That's the end game. It wasn't to keep battling for the rest of your life. It was to get a record deal. So let's not sit here like battle rapper was the all and everything back then. It wasn't.
It was not.
The stepping stone.
But I'm giving you a
now it's mainstream. You want to say battle rap? Woo woo woo. It wasn't that.
I'm giving you the other side of the spectrum. How your name might have been left out due to certain work that was put in while you had a deal doing your thing, what you were supposed to do, while you followed your dreams.
Always got to come in and breathe life back to it. Me and Mills breathed life back into the first resurgence, and then me and My Sign breathed life back into the second insurgence. You didn't get Arsenal and Shotgun Shield to after 08. You had Mook, Rex, Uncasa, you had Shells, you had me, you had Sam Scarfo. I'm the one who brung French Montana up the bad boy to do the Cocaine City when he was battling Scar Child and all them up Fight Club. He was asking the the interns up there, yo, who up there? Then that's up there. Can I come get an interview? French Montana didn't even know what the exotic weed was. We was buying cornbread and buying motherfucking J Spice and $100 sacks and $50 sacks and shit. Had that shit there. And French didn't know what the fuck it was. French did not see a Bad Boy studio until Ness brought him inside of a Bad Boy studio to do an interview. Then ask him when you see him. If he say any other thing less than, he's a liar. I'm not on the same timeline, bro. I mean, I got the accolades and the money to show for it, but I was there.
Nobody's questioning that.
I know you saying why I get talked out. Why I get left
I'm not
out the
questioning that
talks.
at all. I think
It's
that
because people, you see, as soon as I came on with the DJ G Money do, and that's why the whole industry looks at us as that. I ain't gonna play that shit. That's how I already know. Y'all gonna come in with the doop shit, but they don't know what kind of grind Ness was on prior to the band. I was in the streets. I was getting locked up. I was in the penitentiary. I was going through a bunch of shit. So I was already seasoned. I was 25. I was almost too old to make the group. The group criteria, as far as age-wise, was from 16 to 24. I was 25. I wasn't even supposed to be there, but I was so good, they just had to let an old nigga in.
But do you understand what I'm saying? Yes, you can see what I'm saying, that you followed your dream, and in turn, by you following your dream, the people that were keeping it going on the DVDs and having things going that was causing the DVDs to sell at one point, you know, they have what they say that they are the forefathers, regardless of what, because you went off.
What I'm saying, but basically what I'm trying to say, you are right, and I'm agreeing with you.
And I'm agreeing with you as well.
What I'm saying is, the energy wasn't there like it is now. The energy wasn't built around being a battle rapper. What I'm saying is, you got some dudes, they're like making records. I'm not trying to be lit. I'm a battle rapper. Every day I wake up, that's my goal. I'm trying to get up there with Sue Surf and battle Shotgun and all these colorful dudes. Nobody's trying to. I know some dudes, they don't do nothing. They don't make hooks, choruses, bridges. They don't go in the studio. They don't record. Every day, all day, battle rap records. Yeah, I come in with the sig, and then I blow. This is what these dudes doing because they see it's a lane for that. Mm-hmm. But you got some guys that transition into rap careers, budding rap careers outside of the battle rap, like Sue Surf and K Shine and Arsenal. And these dudes can do it both. And that's what I've been trying to show people, the balance the whole time. You could do records and be on the major platform and still battle rap. I'm the first to do that. Not Mook, not Rex, not Arsenal, Ness. Battle rap with a deal. All on the line. Bought 1,000 niggas with me up there in Harlem. So this is where the resentment from Ness come from, where the rivalry with the Philly come from. I went up there and told New York, I don't give a fuck. Even Puff to like, how many you had with you? Because you was talking crazy. I had actually Puff, Sean Combs say this to me. How many did you have with you? You couldn't have been in Harlem talking that you was talking. I couldn't believe you got out there in one piece. This is how I push it. And this is how I carry it. This is how I always carried it. But you know, they don't want to give me the light. That's cool. I jump back in for that reason, to show people I still can compete at a high level and that I still have the drive and I still have the energy to do this and chase it and get in there with the young talent and the ones that everybody's looking at and the ones all the viewers and the fans is holding up their jock strap.
So what do you feel they should do? Give you your credit and say like Ness was.
Now, I didn't want to get to this point because the whole thing is, this thing is based around a smack thing. Okay, like I said, from World Series, you got to understand me and Smack's history. From World Series of Hip Hop, Smack was the cameraman. They documented that whole event. They got paid to do the camera work for that event.
I'm okay. All right.
So when they didn't, when the people that promoted that event or put the money behind that event didn't come through on the financial promises, Smack and them just did what they always do. We got the footage. New York versus Philly is out. They didn't give us the bread. And that's how that, boom. But you got to remember, I was the headliner. Mook battle Young Hot, undercard. T-Rex battle Tech Nine, undercard. Even Reese Still and Lady Luck, undercard. I was the top seed. This is in 08, not even 12 years ago. And from then on, who I battled? Iron Solomon, another legend. World Supremacist, Arsenal. He was getting all these dudes, except for Iron Solomon, T-Rex, and Murder Mook, and Math Hoffa, it wasn't a lot to where it's now. I jumped back in. I said, who doing some shit on the battle rap? And my young boy sat back and they showed me all the shit that, and then I did one block and talked shit and I was back in. My next battle was Iron Solomon, right after my sign. So I have the ability at that time in my career, I had the ability to get whatever battle I wanted. Because they still hold me to that light. They don't hold me now because I don't do the things that a lot of people do. And DNA told me. Shout out to Smack. We talked at the lockdown card. DNA was one of the persons that, you know, had one of the investors in what Smack was doing in Philly there. He was like, bro, I was one of the main reasons. I was one of the most proprietors for you. I wanted you to, I'm like, how y'all gonna have Reed Dollars, Cassidy, and I have Ness on a Smack card in Philly? He said, I don't know. He was like, yo, we don't smacking them. We don't got his number. It was already done. We already did the battles. We already did the matches and woo, woo, woo. He was like, Ness, but you know what it is? I mean, I'll tell you, it's not your style. She said, so don't get me wrong. You don't blog enough. You're not vocal. You're not on the net. You're not on the internet. People don't know what you got going on. So niggas gonna think you cool. Oh, he cool. We don't need to book him. He all right.
So, but why it can't be the fact that you lost to the nigga DNA at Summer Madness?
And this is where my 6 degrees of separation story ends. From the energy off the mic sign, from me going up there to tell New York and this. In fact, they couldn't wait for me to come back up the turnpike with that shit.
Understood.
So the DNA shit was like, we got Ness back up here. We don't give a what DNA say. This is New York against Ness today. Boo. Boo your ass. Boo, motherfucker. The last time we seen you came up here with 100 talking about New York and this. We not letting you get out this building this day with this shit. You can say the hottest shit in America. Flames can come out your fucking mouth today. Boo. And we got Puff up top. Boo! And that was the energy that day. No matter what I said, DNA, you watch that battle again, DNA goes maybe 45 seconds without a reaction. Now, how did he kill me? Name one thing DNA did in that battle that you remember. Name one line. Give me a scheme. Give me a rebuttal. You don't know. It's my antics that made that battle go to 1 million plus. Me showing out because they didn't want to hear me rap. So y'all want to see me act like a fucking savage, a gorilla. This is what I'm going to do. Here, take this water. Cool down, y'all. Cheesecake, I'm throwing shit up there. I'm pointing at, I'm doing all types of shit. Y'all didn't want to hear me rap. After I took that, then they was like, all right, Ness, you done took the hit already. You done sacrificed yourself. You back in. But it's just like Chris Brown crying at the BET Awards. You got to do something where they break you all the way down till they let you back in. And that was my Chris Brown at the BET Awards. DNA, get him the fuck out of here. We don't give a fuck what you say. We gonna supercharge every bar, every line. We don't give a fuck. Especially, and this get the fuck out of here, and get him the fuck out of here. The whole building, niggas saying it outside and didn't know the slogan. What? Yeah, get the fuck out of here. I don't know what they got going on in there. I had more Mook coming to me after that, but yo, they hate like a man. That's I don't know what the fuck is going on. I had New York in the building like, yo, they don't speak today, Ness. They don't speak. I don't know what's up. So that's the kind of situation that me and Smack talk. He was like, Swave 7, which is my brother, which was also a nigga that was against me in the beginning. He's like, man, I ain't like how you came up here with the whole my sign from New York. Then once I battled my sign, we kind of got close and we kind of built a relationship. And he was like, yo, you my nigga that Smack right over here. Talk to him. The Swave 7, yo, my nigga should have been on the card. Smack was like, facts, my nigga, facts. Call my number if you serious. We can work this out. I'm like, are we cool? He was like, yeah. Why shouldn't we be? Same shit I asked him at the Cassidy 2 years ago when y'all initially went to go book him. Smack, is we good? Smack said, yeah. Why not? Why shouldn't we be good? I'm like, I don't, you know.
I don't know why you ask questions like that. I didn't get it.
Because I see Math Hoffa punch people and still be on Smack, so I don't understand what's the big deal. I see people fuck up their bread directly, not indirectly, and they have repeated appearances. I've seen people like Arsenal create a whole battle league, which is in direct competition to Smack. He still gets appearances. So what is my gripe over there? If I see people directly in competition with their company and people that damages their bread mid through the event and still gets paid to a performance fee to be on their platform, then what's the issue? Because I never did any of these things.
Your last performance Because of the crowd, like you said, if you blame the crowd or whatever, it wasn't good on camera. It wasn't good. It wasn't good. Watched it. Booed you, boo. Pull out some. Cool. It wasn't.
Cool.
So how are they gonna book somebody that? But I get what you're saying.
Opposed to Math Hoffa punching
I get what
Serious
you're
Jones.
saying. Hold on. That was
back
years
on
later.
That
was years later.
We talking about the principle.
That was years later. On top
so
of that,
me getting booed don't look better on camera than Math Hoffa
it
punching Serious Jones.
It looked way better on camera.
Come on, bro.
But hold on. And then what DNA said about you also, what DNA said to you also played effect in it. You wasn't blogging. You wasn't doing none of that. So I can see.
Nah, he didn't say. He said that after the fact. He said that last year in Philly to me.
Oh, last year.
He didn't say that after the battle.
But were you blogging after that? Were you blogging after that battle, nigga?
Nah, but I came more vocal. I started doing my freestyles. I started having more presence on internet and on social media.
All right, but were you? It was anything with battle rap?
Yeah, but not no smack appearances.
At the end of the day,
nah, because I know you and Smack good friends. This is not attack at Smack.
No, I don't think
listen
this is
to
not
me,
where I'm
bro.
coming from. No, but
Listen
you
to me,
can't do
bro.
that because you're gonna paint a narrative like I'm doing that for Smack. No, I don't want you to do that because it had nothing to do with Smack. I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to explain to you from the other side of the spectrum. I get what you said. You have a valid argument.
My biggest battle, I didn't look so well.
Exactly, and you're saying that how can Math Hoffa punch somebody in the face? It would be his second time doing that in front of Smack because he did it to Dose, right, and then he did it to Serious Jones. But I think Math was out of URL for like 3 years from that.
He just battled Calico the year later.
No, he did not. No, he did not.
Bro, I will get up and kick that
Yeah, he kicking
Oh, listen.
Here.
Summer Madness 1.
Let me check it out.
Summer Madness 1. Math Hoffa battled Calico. Math Hoffa got booed out the fucking building. He was the first to get booed in Webster Hall. Let's check the timeline. Okay? If anybody was following up to then, me and Math Hoffa had the storyboard. We had the internet beef going back and forth. I said, who y'all got for me? Y'all better have Math Hoffa. You know what Smack and Beasley told me? He got fried. He got fried by Calico. He didn't do no blogging. He didn't do no explaining. It don't make sense. We have DNA for you. So the way the battle came in, it was left field.
Okay.
It was like the scraps that we got left over. Yeah, DNA, we got to give the young boy a shot. Give him the vet. It was that one of those things. The storyboard, the better battle that sits on paper was Ness and Math Hoffa. That was the battle that's supposed to go on. But prior to him getting killed, the Calico, a year later, Summer Madness 1, they didn't feel like he had enough worth to be up there on stage with me at that time. So then they insert DNA. Like I said, it's a different timeline.
You're talking about punching. You just pull the mic towards you because you're blocking my camera.
What I'm saying is,
you're blocking my camera.
This one was.
Let me talk my now because I just heard you. It was a very good point. You just said Math Hoffa punched Serious Jones in the face and got back on stage. Yes, that's the example you used.
Yes.
So that's the example I'm going off of.
Yes.
I'm going off of that. And I told you after he did that, he was banned off of URL for a while.
But he eventually it came back.
And you eventually came back too. He was on ban, you battle Steve, all that shit is stored. You forgot?
Nah, that wasn't okay. All right, cool. You got a valid point. But look at the drop. Summer Madness 2 to fucking DOA.
Okay.
That's a pity battle.
Okay.
All right, Ness. Let's see what you got going on there.
So
you with the tantrum. You see what I'm saying? It's not.
Open that door so this fly can get out because this fly pissing me off.
It was a pity battle. It was like, you know what I'm saying? And that battle, because I like I said, we all at the same timeline. That wasn't Smack's battle. Smack didn't come in the building like, yeah, I got Steams and Ness. He came in like, where's my bread? I'm just getting paid to get on stage and do my Smack. Oh, Ness battling Steams? Oh, that look good on paper. It wasn't like he was knowest of the whole event and who was matched up. He got paid appearance fee. They put their name on it. Smack, DUA. Smack sit up there, here's your bread, do your Smack, announce the battles, go the fuck home. It wasn't a Smack battle. We need to use Smack's name to throw this battle in Pittsburgh.
Got you. So do you think that you and Math Hoffa battle would still be interesting?
Nah, not today. Not today. It has no value. At that time, that was the more sensible battle. But because he lost to Calico the year prior in Summer Madness 1, and he didn't do no blogging, and he wasn't vocal about his loss or win, or whatever thought he did, it wasn't. Now it probably would be a little bit better because of his success with his podcast and shit like that. He's more visible. But back then, without all this, the social media and Instagram and how we get it down and people take shots at each other and drag each other now. That wasn't back then. So we had like a natural, like, going on, like a storyboard. Like, our beef was like, it was internal. It was real. We was taking shots and shit like that. And then they was like, nah, we're not gonna give you Mav. He ain't do, got killed. We ain't seen him. We ain't heard from him. We got DNA for you.
So does it bother you that other people from Philly, like the Reed Dollars, get on certain cards and you didn't get on certain cards? Does that bother you? Because you don't seem like a hater, but does it bother you?
I wouldn't say bother me. Because, I mean, as long as Philly's getting represented and we got a place up there on that stage, I'm cool with that. Especially Reed. Me and Reed come from Southwest. We from the same neighborhood. So I would never get up there like, I don't like how they don't got Reed up there and they don't got me. Never. You'll never hear me say that.
Respect.
He's from Southwest. He's from the same litter
the mic
that
a
I
little
come
closer.
from.
Fix the
He's
mic.
from the same litter that I come from. This way.
That's good. That's good. You had to just bend it. Pause.
All right, he's from the same litter that I come from. So I don't cringe at seeing any of these Philly guys up on a smack stage.
But you feel that? Do you still feel that Ness should be called? Because Ness, Ness, like you said, your words, started this shit, basically. That's what you said.
Yeah. I didn't start battle rap, but I started the resurgence of who you currently.
The resurgence. Thank you. So do you feel that when it's a card, especially if it's Philly or whatever?
Philly card, definitely. I don't give a about anywhere else in the world. Smack comes to Philly. The history we had from 08 up to now with the World Series of hip hop, how iconic that was. You cannot come to Philly and not. Even if I didn't like Ness, on paper, Ness, Cassidy, Reed, bill collector. It just,
Respect.
And for the performance that people put on that night, I could have did a lot of way better. It would have been more epic, if I got up there and did my antics. But all in all, it was a good card, and it was a good turnout. But Philly is unhinged, and we really didn't just show the event that love. I think it took Smack a little bit too long to get down there to us. They went to every region but us, and Philly felt that energy. Like, yo, bro, you going the last stop of the tour? Us? All right, we about to show the fuck out.
So you think that's what Philly people were thinking? That's how Philly people think.
Nah, I didn't know that's what. I didn't think. I know I was in the crowd. What y'all feel about this? He took too long. We tipping.
Nobody said that. I think you make it freestyling.
Was we with Cassie the whole day?
I was on the stage with him.
We was with Cassie the whole day. Me and Twine. Up until he got into.
Well, I believe what he said, but you nah.
All right.
Like I'm like that battle is like if that fight went on because who he had Arsenal had
Yes, Montana 300 with him.
And he wanted to initiate the hit, and I was gonna get Montana 300 if he'd have made the hit. So Cassidy was with me that whole entire time. So Smack was like, yo, I appreciate nobody doing because it could have got ugly. They was in front of us when we left.
Yeah, but see, they whisper about your victories and they yell your losses, man. And when I win a battle, Ness, you should have did that. You've been rapping about time. When I lose, what happened? You want to keep calling me? What happened? I heard it didn't turn out well. When I win, it's like, yeah, I heard you got over on board. That was cool. What we doing tomorrow? When it's lose, it's like, yeah, bro, like you should have just did that one and got out. There's all these conspiracy theories why I should get out and stay out and not get back in it, and that ain't look too well. Yeah, I know the DNA outing was a bad outing, but I know a lot of people with worse outings that got back and climbed back up on that stage.
All right.
So then, what's the issue with E Ness then? I'm hearing the story. I'm trying to figure it out myself. I'm not sure if you got it.
Attitude.
Like I'm trying to figure out why everybody hate E Ness so much.
His attitude. Look how you act.
I'm still around.
Get upset.
I'm still around.
Throwing shots at Puff Daddy. Right?
Nah, I ain't throwing no shots at Puff.
On Summer Madness, you didn't say you'd point at him, get mad at him?
No, all I said was think that I'm not. Big guy gave me a chance to write for him that I had got a big check.
Respect.
In battle rap words. People say, yo, he coming at you, Puff. Nah.
But that's how New York take it, right? We different. We take it differently.
Right.
We take it differently.
Nobody, let me just say, nobody from outside of New York won that day. So don't sit up there like Ness just took the bazooka blow. He was the only one. Verb got fried. Puff put 10,000 in his opponent's hand, which was T-Rex.
Facts.
Everybody got fried from New York everybody got fried it was New York was on some that day. Y'all was unhinged. Y'all was like how Philly was when I battled Arsenal. where Arsenal couldn't get the word out and he was being heckled and all that.
Did you forget that you just admitted that you said New York at a battle? Yes,
I did, but I didn't say New York as a whole. I'm talking about the that I was going at, the Bang Bang Boogie at the time. Like them niggas, not New York.
But what did you say?
I love New York.
What did you say though? What did you say?
That could be it.
Says New York. Ooh, I
Oh
hate y'all.
yeah, no, that's it. That's it. That's
That's where it stemmed from.
That's it.
Because I like you. Let me tell you something. When I watch, I like you.
That's it.
I
right
like
there.
you. See, I didn't even know all that.
But listen, all right.
Now you see, you're making excuses.
Now, I'm not
Too.
making excuses, bro. I said that, and that was
Alright,
out of pocket because I should have been more specific.
Yeah.
But at
nah,
that
for
time,
sure.
like I said, up until the build up to that was me and my son blogging every day. Blogging every day, just going back at it, building worth to the
Did Mike
event.
say he didn't say Philly?
Nah, but he did
They can't
worse.
say him.
He did worse. He went up there and sat in front of Cuban links, his family, females and shit, had drinks, passed them out, lit up the weed, and looked at my fight with Fred and had me frozen in a chokehold for like a good 10 minutes.
That's not worse.
Like, this can't be the nigga I'm battling tomorrow. That was it.
That's worse than saying a whole.
Nah, it wasn't that. I'm saying New York. It was the energy. Like, I'm up here on this type tip. Not like I'm ready to get busy, but I did have to ready to get busy. What I'm saying is, like, I came with that with mentality.
I see what it is now. Because there was an artist that I knew before who came to Queens, and he said something similar to that. And after that, everyone kind of just dubbed him like, nah, that's it.
But that's not how I feel. That was the energy for that battle.
I know,
Like, I had to
and-
play a certain character. That was
But people didn't know that. Have you ever explained that, Ness?
Nah, I
You
didn't.
never explained it.
Nobody never explains a lot of shit they say. Arsenal explain half the shit he say
Why did you bring up Arsenal?
because he says a lot of out of pocket shit.
Well-
Check him. Like, did you think that Arsenal said some shotgun said some shit about proof getting shot, dead
Hold on.
homie?
And look what happened. But look what
cross
happened
the
to-
lines all the
Yeah,
time.
but hold on, but
so
hold
don't
on.
say make it seem like that was out of pocket.
I think that they expected and they expected and took whatever came with that as what it is, as
From
with
the
a grain of
energy-
salt. But you saying that you're saying certain things and you're forgetting how you came off. You're saying certain things and forgetting that you said New York, and then when you did a battle in New York,
Nah, I
hold on.
said dirty D. I say dirty dick BX and same broad. Ooh, I said some New York niggas. Ooh, I hate y'all. I didn't say niggas. I said
Hold on,
ooh, I hate y'all.
wait, hold on.
And that actual line is like a piece from a cartoon. It's like almost from like ooh agony. Like I took that whole line from that thing and just said.
But you know how we petty, and you cannot say
Philly petty too.
cannot say Philly and go on stage and rap.
Did it?
Who
A lot of people.
said Philly and go on stage and rap? Now, but all them that had behind me when I interviewed Reed,
Jadakiss
40
did
and
it
50
at the house. And then he cleaned it up and said, don't try to turn Philly against me. When him and Mac was going at it.
he cleaned it up instantly.
Because they start throwing shit at him.
Yeah, did you clean it up?
Nah, but I had
Exactly.
100 niggas with me.
Exactly.
I didn't have to clean it
Look
up.
what you shining on. So now when they and then on top of that,
I'm Queenzflip.
yes.
I'm going off the energy that I was being given. I was given off the energy. I was being looked at as a cookie cutter guy from a reality show that walked to Brooklyn for cheesy that got sunned by Puff. To New York, you already getting sunned by one of us. One of our top dogs making y'all go fetch. So like you a little. So the energy is we official street. Cuban links, my sign. We linked up with 50 with the bang bang boogie. We all way in. We cut. We wolves. We savages. We gorillas. This little nigga right here, we just see him walk for cheap, fight, get
Did that bother you?
that bothered me. So I went up there with that energy. It wasn't New York. No, these New York. These group of guys. Cuban links, yeah, you can get another one on your cheek. I said all that. I ain't had no picks that day. Everybody got it. I cut Smack out too. Well, Smack, Ness, who you think gonna win? Smack, I had a chip on my shoulder from the rip, from the energy that was being given to me through the blogging. Like he's not even a man. He's a little
Who's not the man?
me.
They're saying he wasn't.
Like he ain't cut from our cloth.
No, I understand what
Cuban
you're
links
saying.
is like having interviews. Yeah, E Ness, I don't even know what type of. It was like ew, like E Ness. Like how do y'all dare bring him up here and put him with one of my guys? It was that type of energy. So that's when you get the new. It was a gang up thing to me. It wasn't like Ness been up here with Puff getting there 4 years. It was that's the Philly. Did him.
But you also can see why the fans You can see why.
And I took that one.
You did.
I took it.
Okay. Let's move on. All right, my fault. I just wanted you to take accountability. Today's accountability.
Let me tell you about this. And this how we gonna end this. Puff, I'm rapping in Philly. Up until that time, I was 23, 24 years old, rapping for Philly. Everybody top dog from Philly. I fell in front of Puff Daddy and rap for him. And he said, come on. With that, I'll always be loyal.
Understood.
With that, I'll always be loyal. He told me, he already sat me down, told me what game is. He said, Ness, you gonna get not literally intercourse-wise. I'm talking about industry-wise. Like, I got Russell got we all got we had to get it right. It had got so bad to my career, I was called the shiny suit man. I was doing spot dates in clubs for $2,500 Ness. I had to turn my shit around. You're gonna get this is the game. You're a black man, this is what it is. You come up here with a mixtape or a demo, I'm gonna sign you like the first day I heard you. Puff is the one who kept me up that label for 7 years with one deal, not nobody else. Compared to anybody else, I would have been 86. The guy who's the actual head that owned the label, that started the company, is the one who kept me up there all them years. He was my support team. Other guys had other guys from the group. That was my guy. And that's why I faced all the issues, the fighting, the jealousy, the being pointed, the leader and all that, because that was his pick. Harv had Chopper, and you know what I mean? Other guys had other people, but when it came to Puff, Ness, that's my guy. I don't know who y'all got. That's my pick.
So let's go back a little bit now. So like, when did you know you were a part of the band?
And it came to me early, bro. This is like your little crash course. This is like your little boot camp. Do this because we got big plans for you. So I was, even before I made the group, I knew I was going to make the group and get a solo deal after that. They was coming to me behind the scenes, taking me out of the band house in the middle of the night, like, come, Puff, wants you to come write for him, studio. I haven't even made the group. I had to be on call at boot camp for 6 o'clock for the physical workout. And they was calling me at 3 o'clock in the morning. No, Puff, love your pen. Come on. They was coming to send a car for me, like, yo, you already picked, bro. Just go through the act. Do the shuck and jive. Sweat it out, act like you don't know what's going on,
right.
But you're already here. You're with us. That was second season before we actually got picked. So this is where you see all the fights and shit come from, because the other members of the group start seeing the favoritism. Like, they like Ness. We ain't Ness. So, you know, that strained our relationship with the other members.
Tell us about a time you and Puff was chilling, like one of your best memories of you and Puff, like in the studio, or you guys just hanging out, whatever, like your best memory with Puff.
I just remember it being like, you know what I mean? It's just, he's Scorpio like I am. So we pieces of shit. We petty. We very angry people. Puff has high blood pressure like I do now. And then I didn't. Back then he did. You got to understand a lot of strain for being a millionaire. It's just a lot of responsibility and a lot of commitment. So just to make it short, one time we in the joint and, we in the studio, I'm smoking weed. Hey, Ness, you got that dumbass shit in Philly. Oh, that's some hammer. Puff, shit. I got some shit. I hadn't smoked Branson up until that point. Left the studio, sent the intern back with him with the so he comes back with the whole, you know how Branson is in the container, the Tupperware shit. He comes back with the Branson shit. Man, I smoked that shit, go back to the motherfucking hotel, fall asleep. I guess the wake-up call in the morning, when the hotel call you, yo, Mr. Mathis, your car down there, leaving for LaGuardia. Now, I got a whole 2 ounces of Branson. So, flying with Puff, this is what I'm talking about, I was pre-social media. All this shit you see, and I ain't gonna say no names, because you say, oh, why you had to say my name? For all these guys that's lit right now was on the gram with the G5s and the planes and the private, I was doing that with Puff. I had it so good, I was cool with the motherfuckers that own the jets. Captain Ron. He was like, Ness, I'm flying out of Philly, LA, Atlanta, Miami, New York, and Houston. If any of those places call me, you can get home. I had it so good. That's how good I had it. I called Captain Ron. Captain Ron, I need to go to Atlanta. Bro, go to Philly, the joint over there, and get on my jet. Yeah, come down. I didn't have we didn't have social media. So I couldn't show them on the joint lit with Puff in the G5 with the joint up with the Cristal, and they cooking dinner for us on the joint. When you on a jet, they cook food for you. You have a itinerary. You have meals. Like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And the students come out, what do you want? You want the lobster with sauteed salt? What do you want it on? You want the Cristal? It's different. Social media wasn't around then. Right. But me and Puff, we had got on the joint one time. Like I said, I had the weed. So I'm thinking we gonna fly private. We pulls up to LaGuardia. I said, bro, what's this? He like, yeah, it's tight, man. And that's the first time I heard a millionaire say, it's tight. We can't do that now. Oh, bro, we flying private. We go to Teterboro. Why we pull up in LaGuardia? He like, yeah, mess. We ain't doing this on this one. We flying commercial. So mind you, I got the Branson, 2 O's. We pull up in a turtle top Joan. I'm like, you know, I'm used to going to Teterboro. Like, you get on with the pool, you get on with your dick in the bitch mouth if you want to. There's no security, it's nothing. You go through you walk out to the joint, you get on the jet. You in Atlanta. I said, bro, I got that weed from last night. He like, what weed? The Branson that you sent man with back to the studio. He said, you still got that? You motherfucking right, I got that. He like, all right, what's up? I'm like, bro, I'm not walking through TSA with this shit on me. I'm not. Guess what Puff said? Funniest thing I heard. He said, give me the fucking weed. Took the weed, grabbed it from me, stuffed it in his pocket. He said, I don't want to hear another drug smuggling rap from you ever. Oh. Took the weed, rolled past them, you know, where they wind you down and shit go off. He walked through that motherfucker like he was the Barack Obama. They didn't breathe on him. The shit going on, wow, 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 like he had a bazooka on him. I'm like, that got 2 O's and a good shit, but I know they smell it. He went through there, shook his hand, turned back around, they ain't ready for us. We was sitting outside LaGuardia in the turtle top outside where the cops say, move this now. We sit out there for 2 hours because the flight delayed. That's how much power Puff got in New York. Ultimate. Ultimate. Where he could sit in the commercial outside where, you know, they tell you, yo, move this shit. Your drop off and pickup time is 2 minutes. Move this shit. The cops will come up to the joint. Yo, what the fuck is y'all doing? Puff will roll down the joint. They show his face. Oh, Mr. Combs, cool. You all right? Cops would drive off. This nigga walked through the TSA with 2 ounces of weed, and they didn't do too much as look at him. Nigga turn around like, don't be saying how you be flipping and smuggling and transporting, how you be getting the weed across state. I don't want to hear none of that in your raps no more.
Yes, I know. I was there. Yeah. So, all right, so you got the band going now. You guys are, you know, doing shows. Everything's, you know, everything moving. What's next?
Well, we was kind of spunked by management. And I don't want to get to the negative side, but there's a downside to this. I always wanted to go with outside management. I didn't want to go to management that was close to the label. We decided to go with Phil Robinson, which was Puff's manager at the time. Yeah. But that's a direct conflict of interest. I wanted to go with Blue Williams, which was Outkast's manager at the time. So by me being in the game and being exposed to different languages and contracts and seeing the language that's written on the contracts, they tried to sign us for $7,500 total, all 6 of us. But by me going through the Black Key production and having to get, you know, a lawyer to look over my paperwork from that experience, I knew what the language was on our contracts from our group. So I refused it, and the whole band was mad at me because I didn't sign the first, so they would release the money. But I'm like, this contract is only for $7,500. He's like, yeah, a piece. Nah, all of us. 6 members have to split this $7,500. I'm not signing this. I will gladly go back home to the projects and hustle crack and try to escape my fate back there and sign them for $7,500.
That's crazy.
And once I did that, Phil said, yo, he's smart. He on. So Phil went back in, which was bullshit. Because if they can keep you out of jail, if they can get you out of jail, they can keep you out. If they can give you more money, they'll give you more money in the first place. It's all about what you're going to accept.
I agree.
So once I said that, they noticed my business side. Like, Ness just ain't no dumb from the hood, from the projects. He know his but that's coming up in, you know, my family always being pushing education, going to Central, knowing how to read and write very well. So when them contracts came through, I knew the language. And it didn't look right. So they went back in and we all got 50 apiece. We got 25 up front and then 25 after the album was turned in. So a lot of these things that we won, it was because of me fighting for it up front.
So, excuse me, G. We saw what we saw on TV.
Right.
So behind the scenes, there was real tension between you and some of the members. Yes. Nah. So that was fake.
Nah. I mean, I know you probably watch Love and Hip Hop now, and it's more supercharged than that. But we was at a time where they didn't know what was going on. It was uncharted territory. So all the walking the cheesecake and all the dumb we had to do, the standing outside, the reading the autobiography, it was all freestyling because it was uncharted territory. Puff was trying to dig himself out the trash. His image was fucked up, and he got the MTV deal. This was supposed to replenish his image. So when he got the deal, it was like, you got the deal, you got the money, now go. Then he was like, yo, the band in town, what you gonna make them do? I don't know. Yo, give me some time. Make them walk the cheesecake while I get some time to think about what they're gonna do next. So when you look at it, oh, he sunned them. Nah, it ain't a sun. They didn't know what the fuck was going on. They had got the deal so fast and the cameras start rolling like that, they didn't have time to plan this shit out. We was a guinea pig. We was a science project that actually popped. And then once they kept going on with the series, it got better and better. With Danity Kane and Day 26, to where they was in better places, to where they had access to Bentleys. They're living in better places, doing more activities, more outside of what we was doing. They gave us a funky scavenge hunt. That's how I knew about Quiet Studio and how little and how big it was, because they sent us on a scavenge hunt to get certain things from certain studios. We was in the Village and the Soho and the little record shops looking for certain shit. And that's how I got to know the city prior to walking for Cheesecake.
What I'm asking you, though, we talking about you and the other band members.
It was tension there because of the camera. It was never tension off camera. It was only because when they start rolling, that's where everybody was on angles, because they know the cameras was rolling. So the littlest thing, if Ness came and said, out of here, Fred, what you mean, out of here? Because the cameras was rolling. But prior to the camera being around here, out of here, Fred. Oh, out of here, fat ass Ness, get out of here. But the camera rolling, whole different demographic. So that you gotta stand up.
So that fight wasn't supposed to go down there?
Nah, it wasn't. Off camera, me and Fred like this.
That's what I'm saying.
When them cameras is rolling, it's like, he playing you, Ness. Or he playing you, Fred. Now, this is on a beam now. Because they know this going to be seen to the world. Mm-hmm. So it was only until the camera started rolling until it got serious. Off camera, we sweethearts. Everybody's caring. Yeah, here the weed. Want me to roll it for you? No, wear my jacket. Here's my hat. Here's my bandana. If you notice through the first season, they was all wearing my shit. Chopper had a bandana on with the fitted hat. He didn't know what the fuck to do. He put both of them on. Babs was wearing my fitteds. I was the fitted king. In my room, I had my whole shit was surrounded by fitteds. I had bread prior to that. I was in on the band with chains and watches in Audemars. I come from a very poppin' neighborhood where they was already invested in me. So the drug dealer was like, here, take the chain, take the watch. You going back on TV. That's what it was. So I got resentment from all those things. From the things that me being in New York, being with Hip Dog, being with Mini Styles, being with Jadakiss, being with DMX, I always knew where to go. I always knew where to get the haze, where you get your hair cut from. Levels on 145th, Lenox Avenue, go up here, Canal Street, Brooklyn Bridge. And they was amazed by that, especially people that's from Miami, Detroit, and Atlanta. Like, how the fuck Ness know how the fuck to get around up here?
Is that?
And they was mad. Philly is half an hour away. So times where we not rolling, I'm going home. I'm lit. I'm Ness. So y'all stay in the hotel all weekend and do nothing. I'm home. Penn Station is right here. Takes me a half an hour.
Were you...
And I will sneak back in the hotel when it's time us to go get back work. They didn't like that. Fred is from Miami. I can't go home. Chopper, he's from New York. I can't go home. Mm-hmm. Sarah, she's from Detroit. I can't go home. And then Dylan and Babs, they the maddest. We in New York. We live from there, so we get no per diem, no nothing. We have to sleep at home. While us, me, Fred, and the rest of the group at the W, bopping, having parties, orgies, Babs had to be in Brooklyn, where she lived at before she made the show. They don't give you the per diem when you live actually from the city where the company is at. So we getting $50 a day per diem. So we might be in New York 3 weeks. We getting a check for $50 a week, $50 a day up front. Babs gets none of that. Dylan gets none of that. Just the that's from out of town.
So, the fight, you talked about it before.
Yeah.
Were you embarrassed by that fight?
I wasn't embarrassed. They didn't show the full fight. I probably won rounds 1 and 3. I lost the second one. Was the one was in the chokehold. I'm giving it to you just like I'm giving it to
my
you.
man. I think were you mad though? Were you mad how it came out? Like did it?
I was mad because I know my physical prowess, and I know I could actually win that fight. But in the back of my mind, do I really want to go home for hurting Fred? Do I really want to go home for hurting somebody that I got to do business with and be on stage with for the next 2 years, touring and shit? Do I really want to punch him in his face like I don't know him? So I hold it back, and then that was my mistake because it gave me the bad look. But I was thinking of what they was brainwashing me with. Keep the group together, whatever you got to do, because this don't work. Y'all going back to the hood. This is it.
But after it come out, and
I took a lot of flack.
Yeah, I know.
But guess what? I didn't get tried a lot, which that's why I was on angles for that. I was waiting for that. See me get put in the chokehold. I gotta be on. Like anything say, I gotta jump on you. They think I'm soft from that. But you know what I mean? Luckily, fortunately, I didn't get tried a lot. Because like, run, lose, or draw, he's gonna throw a punch. He's definitely gonna be fighting us. He's not gonna back down. We might put him in a crazy headlock. We might get over on him. He's gonna throw a punch. He's gonna fight back. He's just not gonna get hit and stand in the corner and curl him to a fetal position. He's from Philly. He's a brawler. He's fighting back. Right.
Yeah, but sorry, G. But what I'm saying is that, but you and him became cool after that.
No, you dragging this. What's up?
No. I'm not dragging nothing, nigga. I'm gonna ask you. But it ain't gonna work with me. I'm not none of the niggas you did interviews with, nigga. That shit don't work with me. I ask what I want to ask, nigga. Please bend the mic forward because now you're hitting the mic. The mic got to bend it forward to your face.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Now, what I'm saying is that, cause I don't like that shit. But I'm actually, your relationship with the nigga was cool after that because you didn't have your belt on. I don't like that shit at all. I'm on your side. Suck ass, I'm on your side. I'm with you. I'm not with that.
Sucker.
Not like.
Let me back you up.
It's a word. It's a word that I say.
I know. I
Okay.
didn't have on nothing. I had on breakaway pants, basketball joints.
I know that. That's
So
what I'm
there wasn't
saying.
no belt on those. No belt on those joints.
Your pants came off. All that shit. Embarrassment. So
That's
you
not
had
embarrassment.
No, you
my
had
ass
to be,
wasn't showing.
No, of course.
My
but
bare ass wasn't showing.
You had to be on guard. Did it affect your relationship with Fred? That's what I'm asking you.
Nah.
After it came out, were y'all able to get past that? Because now he don't look bad. You look bad. You get it? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but you didn't see the first 2 episodes where I was choke slamming them doing that shit. People only remember my chokehold. They don't remember, like I said, they whisper my victories and they yell my losses.
You said that earlier.
So all you remember is Ness. He's from Philly. He's the one that got choked out.
I agree.
You don't remember Fred getting choke slammed. Me getting Fred. You don't remember none of that. You just remember the that we all from the East Coast that we want to be behind. He took the L in that joint. And that's how you're gonna remember it.
But does that in turn build the fire in your body?
It doesn't, because I physically know that if out on the street, it would have went a different way.
Got it.
It was boundaries there.
All right. Got you.
Even a chokehold. They wanted to see me get chokehold. I had to literally bite Fred to get him off me. Everybody wanted to see me get choked out into unconsciousness. I had to revert back to savage. Get the fuck up off me. What are you doing?
Nobody trying to stop it, right?
I'm falling asleep here. Hey, what are you doing?
Why do you think they did that, though?
Because I'm Ness and Puff loves me. That's why. Nah, we want to see him take a loss. Puff love him. If we get over him, we might be the next for that favoritism. And that's what I was fighting, that uphill battle.
Let me say this: the word "suck," it's a word that I use.
I'm cool with that. I'm cool with my manhood. I know you.
No, hold on.
I
gotta say that. I don't want nobody because I don't want you to be like, oh,
nah, we good.
You let that nigga Flip say that. I don't. You're not.
That's how they be though. You know how they be.
Don't
they
because
be like that. Flip.
Don't hit me up and talk about it. I don't want. Let me correct it now. That's not. That's something that I say on my show. My other show, I gotta, the callers, I say that word, and that's what nothing to insult you or question your manhood. I'm gonna say that to you because I fuck with you.
No doubt.
I don't want to call like, yo, nah, let me correct it myself. Because you're gonna end up getting on my DM and then we're gonna have an argument. I'm not doing that. So that, when I said sucker,
we good.
there's no insult to your man. It's just a word that I say.
I love Flip. I wouldn't have came up here if I thought you was like that.
And can you just bend the mic up again?
I ain't gonna keep bending a thing that looks like this up to my mouth like this.
All right. So you try to. All right, my fault.
Nah.
All right, but who else didn't like? Who else? So everybody didn't like you. I saw.
Nah, we're not gonna get into that. We're not gonna get into not everybody didn't like Ness. I had some supporters and I had some non-supporters.
God, I'm talking about
the people in high places were the supporters.
That's
the people in the lower places were the non-supporters.
But how did that make you feel? Like, were you able to work with them niggas 2 years after? Y'all was good then. Like you know, like you.
For me, it wasn't what everybody thought it should be for me. For me, it was coming to that point in my life where I'm a professional.
I see it.
It wasn't the bread. It wasn't being on tour. It was, I worked up to this point. I got here, and now they've stamped that this is who I am. I'm a professional writer. I'm a professional entertainer. I'm a professional performer. That was the reward for me. And that goes back to what I said. You got to ask God specifically what you want. Because God will give you what you want. That's what you want to be. There you go, Ness. You have to say, nah, I want to be a good businessman. I want to hold on to my shit. I want to be able to build the empire. You got to be on your hands and knees asking them for these things specifically. And I didn't do that. And that's why we got the Ness that we got now. But like I said, God gives everybody second chances, and this is mine.
I saw a video, right? I found it through G Money. You know, he put me on. I saw a video with Chopper was talking crazy about you. Did that catch you off left guard?
I know you're gonna probably be mad at me about this, but Chopper was my son. You know what I'm saying? And not like you said, like a disrespectful fashion. It's just like a lot of my things that I was doing rubbed off on him, to the way he dressed, the way he talked, like the way he constructed his bars upon meeting me. So a lot of what I was doing so that's like my little bro. So we fell out because of the lack of communication we had, and we was always put together. I was always put in the same room with him to kind of babysit him because he was the youngest. Mm-hmm. He was the most uncontrollable. They went and put me and Fred together because of our history, fighting.
Right.
So they put the two girls together. They put the reggae artist with Fred, and they put me in the room with Chopper. So we was always together. So it's just like me and Fred. Me and Fred always together. We fight. Me and Chopper always together now. They had to split me and Fred up. And they started putting me and Chopper together. So then we fell out. So our thing came out on the internet. It was way after we was home off the show. He already did his Bad Boy South thing. Katrina had hit New Orleans. He was the whole spokesman for that, representing his city on that level as far as Bad Boy is concerned. So, you know, he had his shot. You know what I'm saying? We all had a shot. Baz was also selected to stay, but she didn't. I took the deal. Chopper took his deal. The rest is history.
So when he dissed you, though, talking all that shit about girls and all that stuff,
right?
Dissed you, did it catch you off guard because of your rapport, or you could see where that came from? Did it catch you off guard, or you could see where it came from? Because you talking about all this crazy shit. He had girls get your head. You know it. You know what he said.
No, that was true. Some of the shit was true. Some of the shit was cat.
Okay, so okay.
Like the head. Well, we was doing that all the time. We was living out of hotels. We was having orgies and all that type. It's tour life. It's typical. It's not nothing estranged and nothing like that. Yeah, I would come in from the studio and he would already be in there with hookers. Like, suck my man Ness. Yeah. It wasn't like, no, I went to hooker and I brought him all the way to Ness and say, do you approve Ness? Do you approve hooker? No, they was already in the mix, and we shared the room, and I walked in and pulled my dick out. Hit this dick, too. They're already in partying. That was that type of situation. It wasn't no like he had to force the hooker to have sex with me. We already lit. You got to understand. It was that was under us that wasn't lit, and we was lit. T.I., not lit. Ness, lit. Game, not lit. Ness, lit. These are all the dudes that I was meeting on my travels that was coming up. They wasn't in the game yet. Jeezy. He wasn't lit. Ness lit. So this is coming up in the club, coming to the Ness first. Not all these Titans that we got today. You got to understand that it was a different demographic.
I mean, he was talking like...
Lit. We was on The View with Barbara Walters.
Yeah, I
Soul
know.
Train. We was on the Source Awards before it was no more Source Awards. You got to understand, 2003 Ness, lit. Anywhere I go, lit. I'm in projects, getting haircuts, playing 2K. That type of lit. Ness, we with you. You a hood. Come on, you with us. So I'm in the Bay in the projects playing a game with JT Biggerfoot getting a haircut. And all the G's giving us weed. And they tell him, Fred, here, take this weed, smoke this with Ness. Ness, take this, smoke this with Fred. By the time me and Fred got back to the motherfucking hotel or the tour bus, we like, yo, they gave us this. And he like, yo, they gave us this. So we out there trying to hide weed from each other and got 2 pounds of weed from just giving us weed throughout the day. And that's just how it was. We was lit.
Yeah, but how he say what you was gonna say, G Money? Because I know you was going with that.
Nah, he was saying like he made it seem like as if you were
Nah,
like
I'm not saying
struggling.
that they wasn't gonna be what they was gonna be. I'm just saying
No, I'm
they was
saying-
coming
no-
in the game.
No, I'm saying
So-
Chopper was saying that from the video that we saw online. He was kind of talking like y'all was doing y'all tour thing and yada yada yada. But he was getting all the girls. And you was kind of like he was like, yo, Kai, come on, I got you type. Like he made seem like you was his son a little bit.
Yeah, I can see that, but that's gonna come from the youngest person in the group.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Were you disappointed when you saw that video, or you
Nah,
just
because I know his personality.
got it? Okay.
Like Chopper would come from New Orleans to New York for a meeting with no shirt on. And I'm not being negative. He's from New Orleans. That's just what they do. I'm telling you, he's coming from New Orleans. He rides to the motherfucking airport with no shirt on. He gets on the plane, the commercial flight, with no shirt on. He comes to New York, the car service with no shirt on. He's about to have he's been no shirtless all day. So when I'm saying that he was a kid, he's a kid. He still carries himself like a kid. So a lot of things he did, I'm like,
Whatever.
that's a kid.
Yeah.
Because when he get in the room, nah, big bro, you already know I was just doing my shit for the bitches, man. It would be that type of conversation. It wouldn't be the rah, 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 and I did this for the bitches, and I got Ness pussy, and he my and I got to get this for him. On the other side of that, no, Ness, you the big bro, and damn, man, like how you be doing, putting shit together, and like, you know what I'm saying? It was that type of vibe. It wasn't like a dick-eating vibe or like a praise thing. It was like, yo, you the big bro, you a little bit more advanced with the rhymes. We f with you, that type of vibe. But to the world, it's like, nah, I'm lit and I'm the young. I'm the one everybody love, and I'm Chopper, and I'm not getting on a plane, and y'all gotta wait for me, and I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that sound check. I'm not checking into that. I don't want to be in a hotel with Ness no more. I'm paying for my own room now. That type of vibe.
Okay.
So we had to deal with that. Up until today, we still deal with that. Not with Chopper, just with different issues with individuality throughout the group.
Right.
And egos. We were supposed to do the spin-off, John.
Yeah,
this
I
past
heard
year.
about that. Yeah.
Well, a couple of few members didn't think it was financially beneficial to do it, and they put it on the back burner. But 54ville ENT, that's the label, man. Let's talk about it. You know what I mean? Y'all went through my whole joint. My blood pressure's up.
Oh man.
Right, I saw in the notes that you and Babs was about to fight.
Bro,
She's going through the notes.
I love you, but why are you still talking about some from 15 years ago?
I just want to know how you felt about that.
Babs, you know I love Babs? Babs got me fucked up that day, too. Even though Philly's close, it took my a half an hour to get there. So I knew Babs she's real. She beat up and all that. She's a live wire. You know, that's my sister.
Yeah, shout out to her.
So when we went through our thing, she wasn't having it. Like, I'm not staying there. I'm not backing down to him. I don't go he from Philly, he from the hood.
Right,
I'm from the hood, too. And I got Mano and all them niggas coming. Mano and them came up there to holler at me. Yeah.
E Ness is a bug out.
Yeah.
You don't like that shit. Takes personal, I think.
But I respect that at the Babs. Like, Babs, I gotta respect it. You ain't no sucker. And then we never had a problem after that.
Respect.
How you feel about Dylon though? I ain't hear too much about him.
Dylon was the wild card. It started off as Fred, but then it started being Dylon. But, you know, Dylon had a lot of help legally as far as on the same lines that I had. We was both in legal trouble. I was already sitting, so I was trying to walk off my tail. He was still going to court. He had an open case.
Yeah.
So, you know, a couple letterheads from the company got him out of his situation. And I guess Puff didn't feel like he honored that. He was missing a lot of, you know, dates. I mean, paid dates. You see on the TV, we would break down his cut at the end of the night. Dylon ain't come. Give us his 4,000. You get 1,000. You get 1,000. So on that side, I love Dylon. Dylon ain't show up. Yes, it's an extra 2,000. I'm real. I'm real encouraging. Yo, you know we supposed to be at LaGuardia, 8:15. Yeah, brethren, I'm on my way. We pulling off. Nah, it wasn't that savage, but you know, Dylon, you gotta understand, you know, he's bicultural, so that the other side of his culture took him, and once we went on TV, people don't know about Dylon. Dylon was good dude, talented, music wise, everything, but he is his attention span is very short. So a lot of the things that we had to be on time for, it wasn't because he didn't want to be there. He's just not he's not punctual. He doesn't keep up with itinerary and shit like that. Not saying that he doesn't do that now. At that time, he wasn't too big on that. And the way that Dave Chappelle ended up playing Dial-On for the actual skit is because why? Dial-On didn't show for the taping. He literally didn't show for the taping of Dave Chappelle. And Dave Chappelle said, don't worry about Ness. I'm going to play Dial-On. And that's how we got that skit. Wow. Dial-On. Because Dave Chappelle said, where's Dial-On? Dial-On is not coming. Ness, don't worry about it. I'll play Dial-On. Cool, Dave.
Why was he like that? Do you know? I asked him, I guess.
I guess he just didn't want to be around us. I mean, he had his folks, you know. He had his folks from the island. They was holding him down. They was doing their own side. Dial-On always was a loner, though. He always seen himself as, he felt as though he should got signed outside it. He shouldn't have got picked for the group. There's a lot of guys that got picked, didn't get picked for the group, but Bad Boy still worked with them on writing and producing and things of that nature. So he thought he was supposed to be one of those guys. Kind of like with Day 26 and Donnie Klang, how they did that. They didn't pick Donnie for the group, but you're going to be your own boy. So Dial-On thought he should have had that lane because how big reggae was at the time and reggaeton and all that shit. He thought he should have had his own. And I believed it. So that kind of acted out, and he kind of took it out on the group a lot of times.
Okay.
All right, so 09, at the deal is going now. How the deal's
It's not really going. It's not really going.
Rapper to the
I'd
deal.
still been up there. Nothing happened to it. He went to another major, and he couldn't take the roster from the previous label. That's it. That's it. There's no Ness and Puff fell out, and Ness ain't hot. And there's another thing I want to clear up. There's no bitch-ass Ness T-shirts with the Voto die. That wasn't a campaign to degrade Ness. That was a word that he said on the Making a Band series with Day 26. He said to one of the guys, "You showing a lot of business. You showing a lot of business. You showing a lot of business." It's an adjective. It's not a slogan or a campaign to degrade Ness. When them shirts came out, I was getting it from left and right. Yo, he even got the shirts that says "No Ass Ness." And I'm like, nah, that's not what that is.
I ain't never see it as that. They bugging out.
That's what they was doing that too.
They bugging.
So yeah, like, you know, we had good times, we had bad times, but the good outweighed the bad. Like we did a lot of things before they shut it down. Rap City, the Basement. We did the Sauce Awards.
Say the Soul Train too, right? You said
Soul Train.
That's legendary.
The View with Barbara Walters. Like I met Barbara Walters and Star Jones and shit. Like I met a lot of people. I met Manolo from off Scarface in Miami. You know, that was like coming from being a young black male from the neighborhood watching Scarface your whole life. To see Manolo, right. Manolo. That's like seeing Al Pacino. Like that's Manolo. Like he was with Trainer. Like I've seen a who's who of everybody. But you know, we on it now. 540 ENT. Let me borrow this beat. The mixtape. We flipping the script.
So we fit the script.
The label. Anything else? Flip? G Money? My blood type is B.
Oh my God.
I'm allergic to penicillin. What else?
What else is going on with you, man? Other than the mixtape you got out.
No, I just started this mixtape series on the gram, and it started a huge following, and it gained some numbers as a snowball effect. So this is the finished product of that. I'm actually working on. Let me borrow this beat too. Did a couple movies in my downtime, trying to find my way back to the game. A lot of things unbeknownst to the public that I was in a lot of IRS trouble, and that date back to the conversation when we signed with Phil Robinson. So a lot of the things that we did, the management told us it was for promo, but we was actually being paid for these things. So at the end of the year, we was responsible for all the money that we didn't receive. So the IRS was taking my royalty statements for the past 15 years. I just started receiving positive royalty statements in the last 2 years.
Wow.
So that's why you see Ness with dropping new content videos, because now I can reap the benefits now.
Right.
Whereas now it was going straight to the IRS.
Yeah. Battle rappers in Philly. Who do you like all Philly battle rappers, you want to say, yeah?
Bill Collector is not the king of battle rap in Philly.
He's from Norristown.
Nah, we ain't gonna say that, but he's not the To be the king of battle rap from Philly, you have to be from Philly. Now, if there's any king, I would appoint myself king of battle rap in Philly. But you have a lot of colorful dudes, a lot of talented dudes. You got Blitzkrieg, you got V's the rapper, you have Kaboom, you have Magic, you have Big Hand. A lot of dudes, man, a lot of hot dudes. Fire the Misfit.
Fire.
So you got a lot of dudes. Like, I don't never hate on the next generation, the people that's coming after me. I just want them to pay homage to the old head that's still around beating up on these young guys.
So Bill Collector is not the king of battle rap in Philly.
Nah, you had to be from Philly to actually for that to have.
How far is Norristown?
I mean, it's only about like an hour, maybe about a half an hour, 45-minute drive, but it's not Philly so,
at all.
You know what I'm saying? And I battled Bill Collector, beat him 2-1. So how can you call yourself king of anything if you lost to the pre-existing king?
I like Reed though. I like
Reed is fire.
I like Reed.
Reed is fire. Definitely.
Dollars.
I like you. Think you're funny. You have bars. But the thing is, I guess in this new culture, the fact that they're not putting you on the forefront kind of hinders, you know what I'm saying, the image. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we still know who E Ness is.
Right.
But I feel like either something got to give. Management team, or you got to take, I don't know.
I took a lot of things from the DNA conversation. Well, I didn't actually start a podcast or start blogging every day, but what I took is what I knew how to do best into my own hands and started, developing that more, which was my freestyle game. And people's always loved me for my freestyles. So instead of doing what everybody else was doing, a podcast and to continue blogging about who knows what, when knows what, I just started doing what I was confident in, and that was my talent and my writing ability and my performing ability. And that has been lucrative for me, and it gives me another energy now. Before, he's like, oh, there was Ness over there. And I was like, damn, Ness, what's up? Oh, it's a different energy, and I'm feeling it, and it's, it's starting to, it's growing, and it's a good feeling, and you can feel it because the way it was previous, and the energy you get when you walk in the door. So to answer your question, Flip, I do want to be back on there, but I'm saying is I'm really a slave to my fans. My fans want to see me back on Smack. So I mean, shouts out to Smack, must continue success. If there's not any cars that have me on one of their cars in the future, that's cool too. I'm just happy with a black man being successful and not being in jail for it. That's it.
That's a fact.
That's it. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to be political. That's just how I feel, bottom line. But my fans want to see me on there. They feel as though I've took the hit and I've climbed back my way back up to deserve a spot back there.
You do.
And to elaborate on what you said, people say, well, you haven't did enough. It's funny that you say that because people are like, your style sound like you got the vintage styles, the Philly style. It's like you rap it to a beat. That style was being shunned earlier, but it's to a point where everybody starts sounding the same. So I sound like a breath of fresh air with the style, with my vintage style. Because everybody sound like the Sue Surfs and the Rum Nitties and the Hollows and this person breaking it down and Loaded Lux. Everybody's trying to be one of them and not being who they are. So when now the old is back in style now, just by remaining true to who I was.
Right.
And any of these battles, I've never asked for a battle other than a DNA rematch. Anytime you see Ness battle anybody, anywhere, on any league, on any stage in front of anybody, I was just sought after. I never say I want to battle this person. Yo, can you get me hooked up with this person? Yo, I want to battle this person. Outside of wanting to battle Av currently in 2020, the DNA battle rematch is the only battle I asked for.
And why?
Because I lost.
And you feel you can do better.
Of course. I feel as though I beat the first battle. His DNA didn't say enough is significant or anything career threatening in that battle. He said a lot of points that everybody had already said up to that point. Iron Solomon had said some of the same things in our battle. Arsenal had said some of the same things in our battle. The whole Puff cheesecake shit, to where you said today against me is like points taken away from your round. That's how drawn out and drag it's becoming battle rap. If you say one thing about Cheesecake and Headlock and Fighting Fred and not being lit no more, and not being on that label, not being with Puff no more, we take that around away from you.
Av is the only guy you want to battle now.
Yeah.
Nobody else. Nothing else for you makes sense.
Yeah. Just Av.
And why Av?
The storyboard is there. The nitpicking. The shots thrown on Twitter, social media, Instagram. He's went up champion and been vocal about how he feels about me. I've went up champion and been vocal about how I feel about him. There's no real tension or beef. It's just a competitive thing. He think he could get me. I think he could get. I can get him. And I wanted to be on Smack's platform.
So, are you going into your media bag to make that battle happen? Are you out there talking shit? Are you not?
At this point in my life, I got the Benjamin. I live by the Benjamin Button created things now.
So you just wanted to fall in your lap?
No, that's not the Benjamin Button creed.
I don't know what that means.
I'm about to break it down to you, Flip.
All right, take your time.
There's a scene in the movie.
I saw it where he aged backwards.
That's the subject matter of the movie.
I don't want to play mind games with you.
Listen, I'm about to tell you. It's a scene in the movie.
Went to a good school
where his father's dying. His father abandoned him at an early age because of how he looked. And he comes to his father later on in life, and he sits. His father is immobile. He's that sick, and he carries his father to the dock of the bay and let his father watch the sun come up. And the words he said was, "At the end of the day, you could curse the gods, you could be mad how the things went, or you could just let it go." And that's how I live my life. I could be mad at a lot of things the way they went. It could have went differently, but I'm not holding that no more.
Respect.
And I live by the Benjamin Button creed. I let it go.
I don't think you really let it go, but I'll
let it go.
I'll let you.
I'll let it go because I would be doing more blogging. I'll be more vocal. I would be more vocal about it.
I feel that you maturing, but I don't think you let it go.
No,
Scorpios don't let things go.
No, let it go.
Okay.
Even to the point where Swave had to literally pull me by the collar to say, talk to Smack about getting back on Smack. I didn't even want to entertain it. I just did support Cass. Am I right?
You felt Cassidy. You felt Cassidy lost that day.
I know you're going to say that. That's what I'm saying. This is where the rivalry with Philly and New York comes in at. Why I got to be Cass?
So you felt Arsenal lost, yes?
Jesus Cross can come off the cross, and I think Cassidy can beat him. That's just the way I feel. Jesus Christ can come off the cross and battle Cassidy. I have Cass. 2-1-3-0. That's just the way I feel.
But did he win that battle?
Everybody going off the pockets and the smooth in his face.
No, we're not talking about that. That's not what I'm going on. I'm just asking this man a personal question. Because he doesn't lie, does he?
I lie when it's beneficial.
Fix the mic again. So you felt he won the battle? Yeah, that's just what you said.
He didn't win, he didn't lose. Nobody won. The crowd lost 3-0.
Good.
Good answer.
You like that one?
I love that one. Tell us about what you got going on now. Break the whole thing down, please.
The mixtape was popping. 5-4ville ENT is popping. We got 2 big artists we working on, man, developing. They got some crazy music. What I'm doing currently, I'm still getting my acting feet wet. You know what I mean? Doing a little movies here and there, low budget joints. Just trying to, you know what I mean? That's what I really want to transfer into that and to managing and producing. But everything is a setup, and I'm showing people that I still have the energy for it and the passion for it by putting out material and content and dropping videos and being vocal on social media and being more visible. So that's what I'm doing. But my really backup plan is the 5-4ville ENT and the 2 artists that we got on that imprint, which is G. Novalar and Champ.
Bank Boy Champ.
You rap as well?
I'm wearing a suit. You know what I mean? I got bars, but I'm
all
not
come
in
from
that
the same-
capacity.
Yo, let him talk. No, I ain't gonna let you do it. Nah.
Listen.
Let him talk. You talked enough.
So, I mean, Philly breed rapper, so you come off the porch, know how to rap.
You like that?
You know what I mean? Like, we come up together. I was there in a line for the making of the band. You know what I mean? Black Key. You know what I mean? We all got together and decided to start a record label because it's really not a big record label in Philadelphia. And I think, we could pull it off with what we got, you know what I mean, at our disposal. G. Nova is a Staten Island cat who happened to grow up in Philadelphia. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? He's Liberian, LIB kid. international superstar. Like, we releasing his first record, Cosmic Cab, you know what I'm saying? You know, he behind us. You know what I mean? We got Power 99 behind us. You know, we've been with them for years. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know that's a staple. You can't really do nothing out of Philadelphia without Power 99 or without Kev. So shout out to Kev. He was just on live with Kev on the way up in the car, freestyling and you know what I'm saying? Like, Ness about to show the world his whole CEO hat. You know what I mean? Everything he learned from under Puff. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? We lit. We lit in that capacity. And this next year is going to be real big. Y'all going to get a chance to see another side of Ness. You know what I mean? I'm just wearing the suit. You know what I mean? I make sure everything happen. I do all the running around. You know what I'm saying? Make sure, you know, the artist is in place where they need to be. Studio sessions lined up. Producers. You know, we got Jazz, Hookmaster Jazz out of San Diego and Philadelphia doing all our engineering. Yeah, man, we just trying to get this thing going.
Let me ask you a question. So are y'all developing an artist from like the mindset of like the 02, 03 era, or y'all up to date?
No, he's contemporary.
Doing something.
He's contemporary.
You know what I'm saying?
Right now.
Yeah.
With the hook, the melodic.
Oh yeah, he got all of that.
He's right now.
Well, I'm talking about the artist development too, as far as like the training and everything. Are y'all taking that same mindset that you went through when you were?
We not bad boy and Motownish with it.
Right. Gotcha.
We're grueling the artists and putting them through dance etiquette and all that. But
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? We're around. Our presence is felt, and we approve and confirm.
And the work
all
ethic
the finalizations
is there.
of
The
everything.
work ethic is there too. And also, you know, we just want to teach them how to be businessmen because we've been around this game for a minute, and we're just trying to empower the artists to take control of their own business.
Yeah, because like Jay had people that took their money out of their fucking hands and said, "No, before you fuck this up, we're gonna do this with it." I didn't have that person or people or group of people around me. From the hood, it's just I'm on now. I got help that was with me.
Right.
We don't have people come in our lives and make us invest the money, and that's what these people. Some of these guys had, and that's what we're trying to teach the next generation coming up.
That's it.
Do something with your bread, because it's going to be a downtime. You're going to have to do something else.
Right.
How you feel about Boss, Gilly and Wallow's podcast?
I seen them just grow from where people was kind of like they was laughable to now where you know it's popping. So like I'm a firm believer of just consistency and just determination. I actually seen it on people that when they be the big, oh look at Gil, look at Wallow, and now. Yo, look at Gil, look at Wallow.
Same thing with us.
Got to grow it, right? Organically.
You know what I mean?
Hopefully, when you get in the car, you know, you go watch some old interviews of what I did and see how we give it up, man.
I'm going to definitely watch the old interview, but I just like the raw flip.
Yeah, I don't want you to like the raw flip because I have to grow. Raw flip wasn't getting me any money.
That too, by the way.
Pause.
Y'all talking crazy.
No raspy, but I'm too old for pause now today.
Oh.
Nah, I'm not. I'm just saying like the bag, the old flip. You know, when it was all wild and nobody understood it, it messed up a lot of things for me, business wise. You know, because they felt like I was uncontrollable. So a lot of
That's
things.
people that didn't get it though, Flip. They didn't get the
Corporate
skit.
America don't want a man to run into their building and destroy their building.
They do. They give it to motherfucking Johnny Knoxville.
Yeah, but it's scripted. That's scripted.
It's not scripted. That's some fucking white boys high.
Nah, I ain't gonna
wrote this shit on paper.
I ain't gonna let you talk about that.
And they submitted it, and MTV said yes.
Yeah, they're filming
do the
it.
Same thing.
They're filming it. I'm walking in buildings acting crazy. You feel they can control me?
Your content was good. It's just the way you did it. Your strategy. Sometimes you're supposed to pause on certain things. Like, nah, I'm not gonna do the building joint. I'm going to blow this that day. I'm gonna do this one.
So now you
have
tell
options.
Hold on. Now you
Stats supposed to come you A, B, C, and
so
D.
now you telling me how I should do my business.
Say A is the best choice for you, but
now you tell me I should have done my business. My business worked for me. I'm just letting you know, corporate America. You know, initially it was.
But you don't have to survive there to be successful. That's what I'm saying.
I don't.
You got your mind stay off corporate America. You don't have to.
How you know my mind? I'm telling you something. You don't know what I'm doing. Don't even say that.
Because you compared yourself to corporate America. You're comparing that to
I'm
success.
not comparing myself to that.
I say you compare that. You compare that to success. See why you toned down your act because corporate America didn't understand.
I toned down my act because business-wise it makes sense for me. I'm self-employed and I'm an entrepreneur. It makes sense for me business-wise. Period. That's why I toned down my act, nigga. Nothing else. If I was able to do something and still keep going, I would have did that if it made sense for me. I have children. I have a family. I got a business.
So real life clicked on and it took over.
Whatever. Yeah.
What I'm trying to say is,
however you want to put it.
Listen, what I'm trying to say is, at the end of the day, real life overpowered your creative direction in which you wanted to take.
I just had to grow too. I got to grow as well. I don't want to be going. I don't. And let me tell you something. This is real shit. I don't want to be going around destroying still. This time, we doing pretty good. So I don't want to keep going back to do that. Like I feel like I'm going backwards. That was my come up.
I feel you, bro. But I'm a kid at heart. So I'm
gonna do
respect. I want to do whenever I fuck I want to do.
And I feel like
if I want to continue to throw shit, then they want to close doors on my face, then so be it. I'll learn.
I don't want to do it no more. Me.
Why do you don't want to do it?
Because I just don't want to. It's
you
not
want
lucrative.
the bag, right?
It's not lucrative.
You want the bag?
It's not lucrative. It doesn't matter what I want. It's not
that's
lucrative.
the bag. When you say lucrative, that's a synonym for a bag.
Whatever you put it. It's not lucrative for me. I don't want, and no disrespect to you, because I fuck with you, and I think, and I like what he said about your entrepreneur hat. I don't want to be in a situation where, no disrespect to anybody. I'm not saying you. I don't want to be in a situation where I have regrets. I should have did it this way.
I got regrets.
I feel so. I should have did it that way. I feel you have regrets, but I feel you know how to. You just good with your words. You're very smart. Like that don't get past me. I feel that you have regrets, but I feel like you know how to finagle it, and I feel like you know how to make it work for yourself. You know what you're doing. You was taught by the best.
No,
in my opinion.
But this is what I'm saying.
Puffy is the gaffler of all gaffers.
No, he is. He is. And people act. That's what I'm saying. This is where it comes in. That people try to pretend like they don't know what happened to me. Why I'm a failed rapper. They don't understand. They just try to make it seem like, nah, we don't know how you fucked that up. What do you mean? I was with the most shrewdest businessman in hip hop. It either goes to the top or you go to the bottom. It's no gray areas. There's no middle area. So when people try to play that mind game like, Ness, you had your shot, you fucked it up. No, I did not. It's the music business. It's either you do or you don't. And when you come from Puff and you come from under the stable, a lot of other labels won't touch you because you come from him. And you know how shrewd he is as far as paperwork and business is concerned anyway. So that's why you haven't seen me in all these years, because people are scared. People are scared to deal with me. So it's not regret. It's people regret for my regret. You should have regret. Nah, I really don't. No, you do. You do, because if I was you, I would wanted to go this way, and I would want to end up this way, and you're mad it didn't end up that way. Nah, I'm live. I'm cool. I don't have cancer. I'm not sitting in somebody's fucking hospital dying. I'm out here. So I'm not regret. Yeah, the business could have went a little better, but I don't regret anything. Because I could have been big. I could have been shot in L.A. and dead and gone and not here to talk about my story. Or I could have been like anybody else that died from gun violence or any bullshit being in this music industry, getting entangled to all the traps and pitfalls that the music industry has for you. You think Big would like to live with regrets and never be in 6 feet deep and he can't be here with his kids today. You would give all that shit to be here. So you can't say I'm living with regret. What is Big living with? What's Pac living with? Nothing. I'd rather live with regret than not be living at all.
I'm for that.
Jeez.
You got Ness up here, Flip money. You got
Flip
Ness
money.
up here. It's different. It's different.
Everybody say that.
I know everybody say that, but I'm really.
Petey Crack said that, right?
Well, he's from Philly too. So that's
what it is.
That's my
Tone
man.
Trump said that, yes? Tone Trump said that exactly.
Tone Trump was up here getting
Tone
crazy.
Trump got some different.
Like me and Crack is a little different because we had a crash course in the game. So when we say it's different, it's different.
I like this.
It's different.
Yeah, watch your mouth for real. Like, I read through all that shit you be talking. Stop it.
Nah, because I got
talking
I
like
got
that.
horror stories too. You want to hear them?
Yeah, I want to hear them.
Part 2.
No,
Set
part
it
two.
up.
Only part 1. What horror stories you got?
See?
You did drugs? You did drugs before?
I come from a
Petey,
family of drug abuse. I just told you that.
Yeah, you did, but I'm saying you didn't say that you did it. You divulged in anything. Petey said, what Petey say he did? In Philly, they smoke wet. Yeah.
Wet.
Did you participate in those actions at one point?
Nah. I'm a weed smoker.
You did
It's funny
cocaine?
because I never did anything white or anything shot dope. None of that.
Respect.
I did all party drugs, pills, lean, weed.
Did
Stops there.
What messed you up the most out of those 3 things?
The lean puts
did.
weight on you. It robs you of your ambition. Certain types, strands of weed will do that too. But lean, it puts weight on you. Look at Gucci Man. All that, the stomach, with the body that he had, before he went in prison, that was all lean body. That was all a syrup-induced diet. You eat everything, and it just wears and tears on you. You know what I'm saying? It destroys your teeth from the sugar. It rots your teeth. It's bad. It's just bad. So once I start leaving that alone and drink a little bit more water, things start looking up, and start losing more weight, and just feeling a little bit more confident. You know what I'm saying? These are the things that some of the traps you'll fall into, trying to be down. Whereas where I was doing it with Puff, the lean and the pills, it was shunned upon as a bad thing. Now it's almost literally where you can't walk in the studio without these things. The pills, the meds, and the drink, and exotic strains of weed. Back then I had to hide from Puff. Now I can't even come to the studio without it. Bro, you don't got the lean? Turn back around. Go get that. We need that.
You still do lean?
Nah.
How long you stopped for?
Maybe 3-4 years.
When last you did some pills?
Only reason I took it, and I'm gonna be perfectly honest, because they don't sell the same content anymore.
When last you took pills?
I take pills every day.
Still take pills?
I take pills every day, not because of abusing drugs. I have hypertension.
Oh, okay.
So I'm on a slew of medicines, but none where I abuse to get high.
Okay. Do you have any final words for the people? Do you like to touch on anything that we didn't talk about? He's showing you.
The mixtape is out. Go download that. And
he's showing you something.
Me and Puff, we never been on the outs. I just want to clear that up for everybody in New York, everybody's listening, everybody's watching. Me and Puff don't have no bad blood. He's my biggest supporter. He's my biggest mentor. He checks in on me regularly, just out of the blue. So I want everybody like, nah, Puff don't fuck with us. He does. I just had a placement in last year's Men in Black movie for Puff. I wrote for a song I wrote for Puff 15 years ago. If there was any tension in our relationship, he would have blocked that. And then he told Sony, MIB the franchise, to pick any other various songs from his various catalog. It wouldn't have been Ness that one that Ness wrote for him. I'm also on Fresh's remix, The Big Dog, too. Fresh out of New York, too. So that's one of the things I got going on also.
Shout out to Fresher. Shout out to him.
We actually related through marriage, too. Shout out to Fresher. Yeah. And rest in peace to my little cousin, Marlo. That's my blood cousin, too. Was Lil Baby's man. Him and Lil Baby was like blood brothers. That's my actual blood cousin. It was funny, and when around his death, somebody inboxed me and was like, yo, he was telling people he was your cousin. And my little cousin was lit. And he was a gangster, too. You know, they got him out the way, man, for certain reasons that I don't know. But shout out to Lil Baby for, paying homage to my little cousin. Shout out to Lil Rudy, Lil Marlo.
Are you married?
Nah, not married.
Any children?
3 children.
3?
2 girls and a boy.
Who's the oldest?
My daughter, 16. My son is 14. My youngest, Celia, she's my baby. She's my daughter. She's 7.
Superstar. How many baby moms you have?
2. My oldest 2 by the same, and my last one was by a different one, which was the first 2 mom, and the last one mom is rivals. So you see how they're rivals.
Have you ever heard of a guy named King Erna? You ever heard of him?
Yeah, I heard King Erna.
What do you feel about him?
I like King Erna.
I like him too.
I know you would.
It's a friend of mine.
I know you would.
What you mean? You know I would? He's
just his energy.
I like Leek Moss. Know him?
Leek Moss, my guy too. He's from that camp.
Yeah. You did. Yeah. All right. Yeah. I'm just going through. Just have to make sure I shout out to friends that I'm aware of in Philly, and Reed as well. Let me give Reed some respect because
already
got a lot of love for him, and I got love for you too. Even though I watch you act smack, yo, we good, and I didn't get it. So why you acting smack like this? Smack, we good? What this nigga E Ness is bogged the f out.
Nah, because
you asked that randomly. I'm like, what's wrong with this nigga, man? I was there. I know what you're talking about. We came to where was we? Where were we?
Cassidy Pound's party.
Yeah.
Pop for the barbershop. Shout out to Pop too.
You said the same shit. You not lying. You said exactly how you said it. That threw me the f off. I said, what the f ever. What do you mean we good? We good, Smack? Yeah,
because the way I acted, and I hadn't seen him after that. Yeah. So I asked him, we good? He's like, why shouldn't we be?
I heard him, yeah. He's like, all right.
So,
we appreciate you coming, man. Give out your social medias and stuff, man.
215 E Ness on Instagram, at 215 E Ness on Twitter, E Ness Mathis on Facebook. Yes, I do have still a Facebook account. And Ness215@gmail for all you upcoming singers, songwriters, screenwriters, producers. Ness215@gmail is the email. ness215@gmail.com, at 215 Ness Twitter, at 215 Ness Instagram. 54 ENT is also, you can find the label and keep you updated on the things that we drop on the label and things of that nature. 54 at 54 ENT on Instagram.
Get that mixtape out right now.
What's your Instagram, homie?
Chuck Lawless. Chuck Lawless on Instagram. Chuck Lawless on everything, all across the board. 54ville Entertainment, 54ville ENT on Instagram. Yeah. We just looking for artists who try and brand themselves, who need a little bit of help, want to learn the business. We right here. I answer my phone for all calls, bill collectors, anybody. You want to get at me, we here. You want to get at him, we here. We got anything that we can add to what y'all doing. You know what I mean? We just try and give it up. Any of my outlets is everybody outlets. That's the way I carry it, because I feel like the artist should be empowered. No more hoeing. No more hoeing.
What's my man Instagram?
Get your weight up, Twine. Shout out to Twine.
Yeah, Twine, he didn't want to talk me back in. Between him and Chuck, like I was always through with it. He was like, yo, man, you still fuck with you. You need to get back in this shit. So then as I start losing a little bit weight, my little confidence start coming back, and I just start being a little bit more visible. And, I thank these two guys for, just believing in me, man, in the time where it was real dark. And, thank you. Appreciate y'all.
How dark was it?
Sleeping in the bandos, using kerosene to heat up the crib. That it got real dark. How dark you wanted to get?
Oh, what, for real?
Yeah.
She was depressed?
Nah. You thinking mental with economic stability. That don't got nothing to do with it. I don't give a if I got $2 in my pocket. I'm not going to be crazy. I'm just not that person. I don't have that type of background. I don't have the take around to go do something to somebody when things is not going right for me.
I understand.
I'm not that dude. If the thing's going back right, I'll just rough it out until it gets better. But you get dark and you start questioning, like, do I really want to do this? Maybe. I don't know. All right, let's see. And days go by, you get back into the rhythm. We'll start out. He had to force me to do these freestyles that you see me doing now. Yo, where my freestyle at? And I feel like he's my pop. Like, damn, I ain't got the freestyle for this. So we're now a group. He calling me like, damn, he just posted 3 freestyles. I'm doing it on my own now.
Shout out to him. Shout out to people that, we got.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you need that push.
Nah, 100%.
You know what I'm saying?
I respect that. Thank you.
100%.
Salute. All right.
Yeah, man. Dope episode. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all follow the pages, man. At Queenzflip with a Z. At DJ G Money156. At Flip the Script Pod. The mixtape is out right now. Go check it out.
Yep. Let me borrow this beat.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody go support that. Go get that. You get the hard copies too. You know what I'm saying? So get the physical copies. Pick a Eater Season 3 coming soon. Look out for that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all our Leos celebrating their birthday, man. Our birthday coming up. By the time the episode drop, we already probably celebrating our birthday. So
August
you know what I'm saying?
13th?
Nah.
10th?
Nah.
Close.
Fact.
Leos, right?
Yeah. Okay, you out there.
One of my baby moms is the 13th, and another person I know is the 10th.
He 29th. I'm 30th.
Oh, okay, y'all late. My son the
late.
15th.
No, this month, July.
Oh, July. Oh, wow.
July, yeah, July. I was trying to see if you gonna guess it. That's why I was waiting for a second to see if
You know what? When I try to guess somebody's birthday, I never say the overlapping month. I always say the bulk of the month. I never be like, oh yeah, Dan, you are a Scorpio. Dan, you was born October 30th. Like I don't look at Drake as a Scorpio. You have to be born in November. Even though he is. I like to be from that.
Okay.
To be that sign.
I got you.
You can't be born June 26th to be a Leo. You got to be like August 3rd, 4th, 5th, 10th, 13th.
Got you.
Like I'm a Scorpio. My moon sign's double Scorpio.
I know the horoscope, but I
You get the moon sign.
Yeah, I don't know all the joints like that.
I'm a real
he
Scorpio.
got it.
I'm a piece. I'm from hell.
Don't hype it, GG.
Nah, real shit. Like if you cross me, like I'm coming back.
Don't do it without it.
Don't do it. Leave it.
Don't give it to him. Don't give it to him.
We from Philly though. He might have to.
GG,
I'm a
I
little
see
biased.
She don't do it.
Nah.
Don't give it to him. Let's go.
Damn, he cool, man. He cool.
I said no. He don't deserve that.
He cool, man. He from Philly.
He almost signed out when I give it to him. I was like,
It's
yeah.
close.
I was gonna laugh at him
Close.
later.
He's from Philly. That's why I had to, I'm a little
He said that
biased.
stupid laugh. I knew he wasn't done.
I'm a little
In my
biased.
mind, I'm like, yo, he'll give him a he cool watch. I swear to God, that's why I kept looking like this. Like, here, watch. He gonna
Here
give
it go.
He signed out. He had to say something at the end. I'm like,
Trying to wait, man. I'm a little biased with Harlem and Philly. I don't know. I'm from Queens, but
It's the same. It's almost the same.
Yeah. Yeah, but we appreciate you coming up here, man. You getting final word?
Nah,
You shot everybody. You shot the team out and all that.
Oh yeah, I mean,
shout
shout Michelle. She got like 5 names. I don't even know what you got to change that joint.
We gotta shout out her. We gotta shout out. I'm sorry. We gotta shout out the editing because she has a business too.
Yes.
You know what I mean? We gotta shout that out. We gotta get the name down pat because I don't really know.
Mr. Livid.
Mr. Liviz at MRLIVIZ.
Yes.
They do all the editing and what else y'all do? Film and shoot, yeah.
Shoot, edit, behind the scenes.
Yeah.
The whole Ishka bill,
You know what I'm saying? Picky eater, all that. Shout out to Bassy. Shout out to Bassy Group.
Shout out to Bassy. Bassy. Get the fuck out of here with that stupid shit. That was crazy. Yeah, I like that. Listen, man, it's Queenzflip, man. And shout out to the whole team. Basco, Mighty 2 Times. Whoop whoop. G Money. Shout out to E-Bach.
Shout out to E-Bach.
E-Bach still around. Shout out to everybody that's helping move this movement forward. And let's give you some advice. Before you come up here and do an interview, make sure you know what you're coming into, because you're gonna end up coming into hell, man. Because I am fire and brimstone. Me.
Oh God.
I don't f*** the other side. Me.
I feel you, bro. Though. I feel that you would feel a way that I didn't actually sit and watch the joint. But I'm just so...
I don't feel away.
You do, because this is the third time you've addressed it.
You put 2 fingers up.
You come up here.
You put 2 fingers
watch
up.
the show before you actually come up here and sit on the show. I get it, bro.
Yeah,
I feel it too.
It's
That's
just
that regret you talk about that I feel from the band and not Chico not going with his It's cool.
He's good as well. You lock your door, close your window, close your blinds, open your blinds. If you see it like E Ness on your lawn, put it away. He don't mean no harm.
No smoke.
But don't be afraid to ring the fire alarm. I'm from Queens. Because this nigga gonna... God here, Queens.